Wait, no, like now or now?
Now.
So now is now.
Ass massacre.
Ass massacre. Here we go.
Part of play action fakes it for Hudson. Yes, touchdown.
Hey, look, we're back. Hi, and welcome to Gino's Picks. After a second straight 2-2 week, Daddy is sitting at 12-16 for the year, 43% against the spread, as I continue to create more juice in Vegas this year than I was ever able to generate for myself in New York City for the past 22. But where are you going, Jimmy? Oh, I'm sorry, we have people in here. But just like I have in comedy clubs for the past 22 years up here, I will continue forcing myself into the Vegas sportsbooks this year with one slight difference. People in Vegas are laughing hysterically at me this year. Let's see if I can't put a smile on your face, though, with this weekend's 4 picks. Here we go. Whiskey, I'd love some. My first pick, the Vikings are giving 1 hook to the Packers in Green Bay. Garrett called it last week. You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. When Garrett said fucking Monday night's game would be the one game this year that the Vikings win for no apparent reason, and by apparent, I mean logical. There's no way that should have happened. Fucking, I told you, Kirk Cousins is 14-41 against fucking playoff teams. He looked like fucking Joe Namath, and he was never struggling. Never. There's just no such way they would have won. You have Kirk Cousins, who scores less on a Monday night than Kevin Brennan does the other 6 nights a week because his wife is a whore. And that whore is out fucking anything that fucking moves. The funny thing is, with that win, Cousins fucked more of us that night than Kevin's whore wife. Did I mention Kevin Brennan's wife is a whore? Then she fucked the other 6. But the Vikings QB isn't the reason I'm putting my money on Minnesota this week. It's the Packers QB. We talked about this in the football show. Jordan Love, who sucks more of a dick than Brennan's fucking whore-mentioned wife. Come on. Whore-mentioned? Thank you. Because Jordan Love can't complete a pass to save his life. Jordan ranks dead last in the NFL in completion percentage, as Love is less likely to complete a pass than Joe Biden is to complete a sentence. And I fucked up that sentence as I was saying it. Isn't that funny? And just like Joe Biden, when Jordan winds up, you have no idea where it's going to land. The Vikings win their 4th straight. Take the Vikes and lay the 1 to hook. My next pick, the Dolphins are laying 7 and a hook. No, it's 9.5 now. Dolphins are laying 9.5 to the Pats in Miami. Remember when the Buffalo Bills used to win games behind that great defensive play of Matt Milano and Travarius White? Gino Bisconti remembers. Problem is, without them, the Bills defense can't stop anyone, including the Patriots, who looked far better than they are last week against the hapless Bills, who I'm told are tied 10 at halftime. Telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, I don't care if Buffalo's fan base is predominantly white. If they keep choking like this, they're going to start walking out on their Bills. Colored steel. My point is, the Patriots offense is not as good as the Bills made them look. And the Pats defense isn't as good as Josh Allen has been making every defense look this year, i.e. the fucking Tampa Bay Bucks. And I know Max Loads told you last weekend that the Dolphins haven't beaten anyone good this year. And that's why Miami is happy to face the rival Patriots, because they're not good, which is why the Dolphins roll this week. Take the Fins. They'll win by 10. My next pick, the Bengals are getting 3 and hook from the Niners and San Fran. To quote Tommy Como in Raging Bull, after a beautiful one woman, I can't do it. After a beautiful Chendon, I'll drink. Ooh. To quote Tommy Como in A Raging Bull, after a beautiful young woman told a violent old Italian man with CTE that she thought the man he was about to box was attractive, he ain't purty no more. Look, if you've never seen Raging Bull, you don't deserve to get that joke. Not to mention, you've never had the ultimate pleasure, watch this, Steve, of watching the most lovable sitcom character ever, Coach from Cheers, call someone a nigger. Nicholas Colasanto says that in the movie. Hey, don't get mad. I'm just quoting a classic movie. And if that upset you, then make sure you're not dumb enough to bet on the Niners, or you may find yourself quoting Coach every time Brandon Ayuk is unable to reel in a desperation pass from Brock Purdy, or you stare at Deebo Samuel in his fucking street clothes for the 2nd straight week, costing you money. Joe Burrow starts out injured every season and gets healthier each week, as does the Bengals. Expect more of that this week, and the Bengals win this game and get on the white side of 500. Take Cincy and the 3 and a hook you're getting. Which brings me to Double Your Money Monday night. It's 9:30. It will be when I get done. The Lions are laying 7.5 to the Gaytown Fencers in Detroit. Fuck you if you don't get that. The Raiders in Detroit. In the easiest win of the Geno's pick season, which narrows it down to dozens. Sorry, guys, I stink. The Ravens beat the shit out of the Lions last week as Lamar Jackson improved to 16-1 against the NFL teams. Hold on, Peanut Gallery, for one more dick joke. A little tidbit you might want to make note of as they face the Cardinals this weekend. But let's talk about this game, as it will come down to whether a player will return for each team. QB Jimmy Garoppolo should be on the field for the Raiders, and the Lions running back David Montgomery, who is such a spark to this offense. You ready? He doesn't just add a punch, he adds a Hawaiian punch because he completely torches his opponent. Hawaii, they set fire to it to get the engines out. Look, the Lions get back on track this week. You'll be happy to know, Steve. Take the Lions, lay the 7 and a hook. Good to be back in the studio. Those are Gino's picks.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99 a month for a music app and $12.99 for a fitness app and more money for a bunch of other apps, that really adds up.
Sorry. Don't get old. I literally spent the past 5 seconds trying to hit the enter studio button. Hey, Six, look at you. Can you see me? Can you feel me? Can you hear me? How's all my friends, gay bitches out there? God, that is what a fucking week on In Hot Water. And God damn it, I gotta pat ourselves on the back. Ourselves, because I have always said this. And this is yet another thing. Look, we're going to talk about the week. We're going to talk about what went on. And I'm going to make some points because I'm so goddamn tired of you. Yeah, you guys. You guys. And I love you guys. But I said this years ago. I said this a year ago. War is coming and you need to be on the right side. And I don't have some all-out war with Kevin Brennan and his whore wife. I don't have some all-out war with Pat Dixon. I just need you people to stop giving the assholes in this world a pass, okay? And I need you to stop playing the fucking victim when you're like, oh my God. And I need you to stop thinking just because I shit on Kevin to use him as a fucking example. I'm sorry, guys. This is literally something a friend of mine posted, and I'll get to it. But just like Monday, when I came into the studio, having heard tragic news about a friend of mine, and I simply pointed out what went on. And let me tell you, I love the Backyard Boys. I have no problem with them. But all they did in the days after that kid passed away is we feel so bad. You're not giving a warning to people to fucking stop drinking. You're not giving a warning saying, oh my God, fucking make sure that you fucking care for your loved ones. You're not telling people, hey, use our friend Bobby as an example. He would have wanted you to fucking, not mourn him, but celebrate the way he celebrated when he was alive. They're showing a boxing match between a chink and a monster. And don't get me wrong, I love Stevie Lou, but he looked like a monster. It looked like right now, I would show the replay of that, which, by the way, explain to me how Stevie Lou didn't win that. I mean, he did win. How did Stevie Lou not get the W? I've had it with everyone, and that includes people like Bob Levy, who I'm glad he's doing well, but stop introducing yourself into my life like you didn't sit idly by while pieces of shit on fucking very good people, okay? It's not enough anymore. It's not enough anymore to say it was a joke. It's not enough anymore to sit by while a man that fucking posted naked pictures of Keanu offered $500 to Pat Dixon, literally fucking told Godfrey, put Godfrey on the line, has him telling everyone in comedy clubs, I say nigger on stage. It's not enough anymore. It's not enough anymore. Okay? And then when I go on and stay on brand, because unlike fucking Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy, I know you're in here that just became pro wrestlers and didn't listen to me. You think, well, Gino's just like them. I'm not. Okay? Me, Garrett, Steve, we joke around all week. We fucking lift people up. Kate Meany did fucking Kevin Brennan's show. Oh, Bob says he's a liar. Now, Bob. Now you do. And thank God you're doing well, Bob. Love you. But stop thinking that it's okay for you to just treat me like a fucking woman in your life that you're like, well, he'll fucking listen to me now because I fucking talked to him. No. Fucking apologize. Actually, don't. It's too late. Fucking, and then Kate Meany goes on, and I love Kate Meany. She's just a young child. Kate Meany goes on fucking Kevin Brennan yesterday. Kevin Brennan, who's a piece of shit. A sad, angry piece of shit. And the first two things he says to Kate Meany, and you should watch it. Look at her face. Look at her face. The first fucking thing he says to Kate Meany is, Gino doesn't pay you, he's cheap. Keanu is a sex worker. And she's like, what? Because that's what they do. And let me show you another little tidbit, okay? Because while the Backyard Boys, and I love them, but Jesus Christ, they didn't say, hey, sorry, we might have overstepped. Sorry, we get your point. No. Because they think I'm Kevin Brennan. They think when I go online and I say this guy died fucking and he wants to go fund me, which I gave to, they think I'm doing that to fucking get clicks. I'm not. I'm doing it to get one click in your brain where it goes click. Gino's right. It's a gift to be alive. He's been saying that for years, and I can see why there's other people that need money, and because the universe provides, mass shooting 3 days later. I don't have money to give to those people whose lives were taken from them by a fucking psycho. I don't, because I gave $100, which I'm glad I did, to my fucking friend and fan who fucking passed away. But don't think this is a bit. It's not a bit. Okay, but when you get so caught up in pro wrestling, and these are the, I'm sorry if fucking, I'm done. If you do Kevin's show, you can't, don't bother watching or doing mine. And I don't mean this in a like, you're banned, but you're just going to get mad at me when I shit on you. Like, I'll say this. Stevie Lou has no trouble yelling at me at Kevin Brennan. Fucking Derek has no trouble doing fucking Kevin Brennan's show, and he's great on it. He's fucking great on it. But let me show you something Kevin Brennan did. This is our friend. I just find it to be a double standard. This is our friend Dax, excuse me. Dax fucking, killed herself, and Kevin Brennan shit all over it. Kevin Brennan, who fucking Backyard Boys can't do their show quickly enough. Can't wait to shit on me. Kevin Brennan shit all over this poor girl because it's funny and it's a work. And yet you had no trouble. You had no trouble doing Kevin Brennan's show, did you? You had no trouble doing Kevin Brennan's show despite the fact that he posts naked pictures of Keanu. He fucking offers $500 to a man that fucking beats women. He fucking has Pat Dixon all the time celebrating the way he fucking broke my jaw and weaseled out because a real man pays his bills like I do. You have no trouble with that. But the second I fucking try and use a teachable moment, I'm the fucking asshole? No. You guys need to get a little more serious. You need to get a little thicker skin. And you need to realize that on In Hot Water, we're fucking, I'll say it for the 90th and not last time this week. We say the dumbest thing in the smartest way. We say the smartest thing in the dumbest way. But we fucking make you laugh. And if you don't get it, fucking wait till Kate Meany is on Monday. And I don't mean in a mean way. I love Kate. Kate's but Kate literally went on Kevin Brennan and she was miserable the whole time. Except when she was shitting on Chad, because again, and by the way, rest in peace, Dax, rest in peace. But again, Kevin Brennan shit all over her, because everything with him, I think it's a work. It probably is, but daddy doesn't work like that. So when I tell you that a kid fucking drank so much that he fucking had a seizure and died, fucking look at Ski Mask right now. Fucking, he drinks like that too. He has seizures. And he never, I'll give Ski Mask credit, he never once has said, oh, woe is me. Ski Mask, God bless him, never once, nor did Bobby P, by the way, as far as I know. And from what I know of that kid, he was always happy while he was always drunk. Neither of them would ever be like, woe is me. So you fucking living can fucking, oh, more victimhood for me. More victimhood for me. Gino's a monster. Kevin's hilarious. It's just a bit. When he promotes fucking misogyny, fucking hatred, and literally mocks the dead for super chat money. But Gino's a monster. Suck my dick, people. Suck my dick. This is the guy. Fucking, you go on his show, no fucking problem. It's all a fucking joke. It's all a fucking ha 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 ha. It's not. War is fucking here. War is fucking here. And fucking when you betray your friend for money, Bob Levy, and again, I'm glad Bob Levy's healthy, but stop insulting me, Bob, by just sending me texts like you haven't been. Bob, here's what you need to do. Go back and watch the episode when I was screaming at fucking Pat Dixon and you sat at the desk with Kevin Brennan laughing like a fucking hyena, and then tell me it's just a fucking joke. It's not. It's fucking rude. Be fucking better. Kevin Brennan's out of comedy, and he should be, because he's making money on people that think everything's a fucking joke. No one said you don't have money, Bob. Jesus, Bob, I got to mute you. I got to fucking mute you. I can't have you distracting. Can't have you fucking distracting. I have no problem with Bob Levy. I just have a problem when he texts me and acts like he's fucking wasn't betraying me every time he fucking sat on a show. And it's not Bob's fault. It's not Bob's fault. It's literally my fault that I'm too fucking nice. And I said this on the air, and I'll say it now, and you people can, God, rest in peace, Jax. I'll take this down now. Fucking, but again, just remember, you do his show. You do his fucking show, and you're like, yeah, Kevin Brennan's great. He pays me. Take that filthy fucking cursed money, people. Jesus fucking Christ. And then I go on and I say, fucking people have real tragedies. Literally fucking 4 days before 20, I think it's 18, thank God it's less, are murdered. Thank you, baby. Keanu got a haircut. Are murdered by a fucking killer. And everyone wants to play victim because Gino Bisconti is a meanie. He's a meanie bajini because he literally fucking tries to make you laugh while giving you life lessons every week with two of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And it's not Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy. It's fucking Garrett Andritz and Steve Conti. They're fucking great. I will say this about the people that shit on April. I will say this. The people in Nobody Loves Onions fucking chat, when they do the fake April talking thing, it is so disgusting. It is so vulgar. And I'm going to say, hold on. That's great, baby. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Kind of in the middle of something here. Kind of in the middle of proving a point. Keanu, let me ask you this. What did you think? What did you think of this picture of Jax? What did you think of this? Hey, baby, let me ask you. What do you think of this picture of Jax that Kevin Brennan literally shit all over? Fucking way worse than I did when I didn't name names when I was bringing up Bobby P. Fucking, when did Gino get morals? Always fucking had them. Always fucking had them. But you guys fucking insult me and compare me to fucking Kevin Brennan. Fucking, you insult me and think I'm doing the same fucking show as that piece of shit who's working through his... Hey, can you make this Kevin Brennan's... Can you change your name to Kevin Brennan's whore wife, hot pink hole? I don't I'm going to be honest. I hate the Onion the way he shits on our boys Steel Toe and April, but I get a kick out of him shitting on Ray, so I'm torn. I wish she was... I'm not going to lie to you, Von. I'm not going to lie to you, Von Eric. I wish you did too. Jim Satala says Gino's trying out a new program format, Rage Rant instead of Gratcast. I'm telling you, I've said this on air, Jim. What Gratcast has basically become is me fucking rallying against ungrateful people. And I don't give a fuck. Thank you, Brock Lee. Fucking my man. R.I.P. Jax. Yeah, this guy gets it. Fucking, yeah, Kevin Brennan goes online and, goes on a show and shits on her, and no one has trouble working with this guy. Fucking don't get mad at me because I'm honest. Don't get mad at me because the point of everything I do is fucking, the point of everything I fucking do is fucking to teach you a lesson and to make me better. Steel Toe, oh my God. Aaron, I'd love your thoughts on this. I was saying, some trolls in here and it's called April's Hole or something. Like I was saying this, me and Keanu were watching Onion to shit up when he was shitting on Ray. And then we go to the beginning and he's shitting on you. It's like, I hate him, but I love the way he shits on Ray. But I will say this, and I hope you agree. When they do the fake voices, which me and Keanu still haven't gotten. By the way, thank you so much for the $10, Steel Toe. I'm Ray. I came here for Gratcast. Sounds like Spatcast. Am I right? Hey-o. It's not Crabcast. Yeah. Oh, okay. Then I apologize. Thank God. Then am I wrong, Aaron? Am I wrong? When they do the fake voice and it's April talking about her vagina, it is so disgusting that it's hilarious. I don't have to tell you, I am one of April's hugest fans. I adore that woman who held my head over a toilet, fucking tried to kill me with water when I was dying. But I will listen to. I think they called it my stinky hot clot slot. April, there you are. I love April. You know this. I think you're one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. But when the trolls on Onion have you talking and you're talking about your vagina and you are describing it in some of the most disgusting terms I've ever heard, it's funny. Am I wrong? It's terrible. It's terrible. Oh, but whoever is fucking doing that, let me take down poor Jax. Because again, if you want to learn more about Jax, watch Kevin Brennan shit on her because he's a terrible piece of shit. Okay? Yes, we know, Keanu. Your girlfriend's in here, Keanu. We get it, Keanu. We get it. And it's not crab kiss, 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 kiss. Thank you, Decline host. R.I.P. Jax. The Mandalorian. Didn't the Mandalorian die in April's vagina? I'm not sure. I know. Here's why that rumor started, El Jefe 2024 New Wines. Because the Mandalorian parked his spaceship in April's vagina. How am I doing, guys? Let me explain the joke. It's giant. So they thought he died in there because once he parked his Mandalorian in April's giant vagina. I adore this girl. She's one of my faves. That he wasn't heard from. So they assume he died. El Jefe 2024 New Wines. The Mandalorian died when he parked his spaceship in April's vagina. And he was never heard from since, but that could take months to find. That could take months to find. By the way, look at me. I did my bottom like I'm working. I'm at Three Monkeys tonight because Keanu C. Thompson gets me booked there. Maybe Aaron will come and bounce me off a wall. And then tomorrow night, live streaming my reaction to the Chargers Bears fucking game. So that should be a good time. Yes, it is. Oh, let me turn off my ringer like a fucking professional. Jesus Christ. The more I get feedback on some things that happened this week, the more I'm just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I turned off my ringer. Aaron Imholtzman he says April will be handing while I play radio in the basement. That's cute. All right. Rebel the Uncanny, just thinking about Keanu and April doing good. Yeah, as you should, Rebel. As you should. Oh, I missed the super chat while I was ranting. Jason Hughes, $5. You're just too approachable. These people see you as a diminutive junior. They think Kevin is their daddy. Just let them go. And you're right, Jason Hughes. You're right. And I am the first to admit, I would like to think the beauty of In Hot Water, and I've said this countless times, is Garrett and Steve. Garrett and Steve are hilarious. And the difference between what goes on that shit show is it's like all these shows. And this is why Onion's fucking stupid, okay? So why Onion's become a giant, fat, meaty-titted rage troll. And I like the last two words in that statement. Because they don't have a sounding board. They don't have someone saying you're wrong. Or they don't have someone saying that's bullshit. So after years of doing shit, they fucking believe it. You understand? And fucking the only people that go in the boxes with Kevy Brenny, and that includes Bob Levy, fence sitter, they would never correct them. They'd never say Gino didn't do that. They'd never say Jax was a really nice person. They'd never, they'd never say, hey, Keanu wasn't a prostitute, like Kevin said yesterday to fucking to poor little fucking goddammit, Kate Meany's face. Is Gino your friend? No comment. This is what they do. And again, fucking no one fucking stands up to Kevin, which I can't wait to be in the same room with that fuck. Let me tell you, thank God I'm not in the same room with these people. Because the only thing worse than me fucking beating the shit out of them, which I've never done in my life, is me saying I would and then getting the shit beat out of me. But I don't care. I don't care. Do as I say, not as I do. Because what I say is the fucking guide to get you through every week. It is gratitude. It is fucking being grateful for being alive. It is not taking things for granted. It is holding yourself accountable. It is fucking having a life insurance policy fucking since you fucking were on a bender in college saying when I die, after I buried both my parents, I can get through that. After I buried both my parents and said, Jesus, and I was so naive, I'll say it again, I paid my mother's credit card debt. That was fucking stupid. I'm not going to pay my credit card debt for a while and then say we're fucking even. Oh, wait, I did that once. My cat's in there, not on the fucking bench. I'm sorry that fucking when I say something that's too much or too stupid about Kevy, Brenny, Garrett, and Steve shit on me. And I love it. I'm sorry that I fucking have had discussions all fucking week with Keanu and she doesn't fucking let me slide when she's like, yeah, but the guy had parents. The guy did have parents, and I'm sorry to his parents. Okay? Catalano TV says, I tell that garbage Brennan every day in a text, Gino Biscani rules. Yeah, but you're black, so you don't count. That's a joke. Dr. Chow, this is fake Dr. Chow. Ski what and the boxing stream. Everyone gets a Kiki coin. I like that it's spelled with 3 Ks. Joey Dago, Gino should go as funny on Tuesday. See, because it's Halloween. I get it. Joey, shut your welfare hole. Again, and Ski Mask, I don't know if you got here late. Mr. Panhandler, how are you, buddy? Shut your welfare hole, Joey. Okay. Ski Mask, I was giving you props because I think you're another one like me, dude. Ski Mask, you literally had a seizure when you quit drinking and you go on fucking Brennan all the time. And I don't give a fuck that you go on Brennan. I don't care that you're another fucking sellout as well, Ski Mask, because that's your brand. Okay. But when Kevin says I bombed at his club and you're like, he did bomb. Stop. Try a little fucking harder. Here's what you need to do. Focus on what you're good at. Owning being an alcoholic. A lot of us make a career out of it, okay? But I love Ski Mask. You're another one. I don't think if you fucking died of drinking, you would want us all to fucking lose our mind crying because you're a fucking man who owns up shit. And I think from the grave, if fucking Stancil, could you imagine if you fucking did exactly what the other guy did? Do you think Stancil and that other Mexican you fucking podcast with would be beside themselves crying, saying, oh my God, no one talked bad about Ski Mask? No. Stop it. Stop trying to make other people's problems your fucking victimhood. Jesus Christ. There's Mr. Chow. That Mr. Chow, that's his name. That name again is Mr. Chow. God, do you want to just start drinking, Von Erich? I mean, I drank so much this week. So much this week. And again, that's another thing. People are like, you're a drunk. No. Okay? I used to do a joke on my act, and it really applies to people like Ski Mask and the late Bobby P. Okay? It really does. A drunk is a guy at the liquor store at 10 a.m., buying a 40 with the take a penny, give a penny money, okay? A drunk is a woman that can tell you a wine that goes good with pancakes. It's Merlot. That's a fucking drunk, okay? But a guy that, okay, well, maybe I'm a drunk, not an alcoholic. Again, it gets into the thing. Ski Mask Media says, I got something hard for you, and yes, I'm How can you be mad at this guy? And here's the other thing. Me and Ski Mask gets it. Ski Mask, maybe we're kindred alcoholics because me and Ski Mask get into beefs all the fucking time. All the fucking time. And yet, I got something hard for you. And yes, I'm drunk right now and no ask Stancil to show you the text. I said I would haunt him if he made a GoFundMe. I know. And it'd be one thing, Ski Mask, if we were full of shit. But we're not. That old gag. Thank you. But I've heard that before, and I know you know it, but that never gets old. You're a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings. White Claw goes great with pancakes. Get that bus driver on, baby. I love Keanu. But yeah, as I was saying, let me go back to Ski Mask because I like that one. Yeah, again, this is like there's something to be said about owning your actions, okay? And say what you want about Ski Mask. But he owns it. Like, it's not like he sat alone when and again, Ski Mask, fucking, hopefully you take to heart all the times I compliment you so you can take to heart the times I fucking shit on you and say, don't go into fucking Compound Media and try and fuck with Stancil so he fucking won't come on or whatever. You make him look bad or you try and fucking one-up him. I'll say it again. Ski Mask Collective with you and Stancil is a lot like when me and Aaron started. Don't become Aaron Berg, although you drink and you're fun to drink with, so I don't think you will. But as much as I shit on fucking Ski Mask, fucking like I compliment him too. You want me? Like, I don't have time for people that are like, yeah, I love how supportive you are. And I know this, I know I'm going to get myself in trouble again, but I mean it. This is, I'm talking to Ski Mask. I talk to Ski Mask and I'm talking to the Backyard Boys the same way. Okay. Backyard Boys fucking, they did the GoFundMe. They fucking, oh, this is terrible. Now let's watch two guys box. Why? Well, because we love the fucking drama. Okay. But have you made a PSA saying, you know, we had to do a GoFundMe because he had no money because he spent it all on fucking heroin and alcohol? No. You know what I mean? And the other things fucking trolls are texting me. I'm going to pretend they're not true because I'd hate to think I gave $100 to someone and threw it down the toilet, but I know I didn't. The important thing is I didn't give it to any of those pieces of shit in Maine. Okay? And I'm trying not to gloat, pout. I'm trying not to gloat over the fact that exactly what I told you Monday came to pass Thursday. Not going to gloat over the fact that of all things, 2 weeks earlier, I booked fucking Kristen Carney. It's a gift to be alive. It's a gift. Jesus Christ. Trust no future. Psalm of life, people. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present. Heart within and God overhead. Actually, he did the however and overhead. He didn't do the V's in either. But again, this is it. If you guys aren't listening to the Psalm of fucking life, if you haven't fucking committed it to memory yet, yeah, that's my mother's obituary right there. Janie DeBridget of Biscayne of Vineland died Friday at the South Jersey Hospital. Born in Vineland, a lifelong resident. She was a teacher in Vineland for 42 years, where she taught at North Vineland School, DePaulo, Cunningham. She also worked as a salesperson at the Marine Shop. It was a dress shop she would work at during the summer. You know what I mean? It was that. This is simply, tell me not in mournful numbers. Life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. I live in New York City. I'm sorry, but fucking despite what Bill Schultz seems to believe about our beloved fucking stuttering prick president, despite what Bill Schultz, oh God, how did I miss Deadful? $50 for the whiskey fund. If you don't understand what, and I'll say this, I see how you could become Kevin Brennan. And I worry about it every day. He's addicted to super chats. Fucking, he sees the fuck, and unfortunately, and this is what I said ages ago about Kevin and Bob Levy, okay, when I was still being understanding and giving Bob at least a shot. They were making money without having to leave their home, okay? And don't get me wrong, that's great. But if you don't, I don't even have to tell you. You see me every day. You see me every day behind that desk, behind that microphone, and it is nothing but gratitude, okay? And I will say this, fucking Deadpool, he fucking swung by Kiki Cast this week, and he dropped fucking 50, because, see, this is why. This Deadpool, I don't know what he does, who he is, other than when I text him, but Deadpool swung by fucking Keanu C. Thompson's podcast yesterday, and he uses money properly. Fucking money flows to me in avalanches of abundance, and I spend it wisely, and I spread it with joy. I probably dog-eared the page in this book, if I know me. But he literally gave $50, and Keanu doesn't give a fuck about money either. She's an idiot like me. But just the gesture that he showed up finally at her feed, you know, and gave her money, and she was, and she's like, thank you so much. And she's like, oh, I love the pink. And then he just drops another 50 so he could say, yeah, I look good in pink. And that's a guy that fucking doesn't give a fuck about money, and that's the best way to be. I'm the worst way. I'm irresponsible with money. Deadpool might be too. But, like, you just don't get, like, I see how these people can become addicted to these super chats. But fortunately for us, I get super chats for just sitting in my house one day a week, and just fucking around and telling you what I'm happy about. And I'll be the first to admit, telling you what I bitch about, you know? God, I can't find the money thing, but it was so good. I can never find it in here. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Again, power of the subconscious mind. See how thick that is? Psalm of life. See how fucking thin that is? So I recommend starting with the Psalm of blood. But again, unfortunately, Bob and Kevin, Bob was finally getting the money he deserved on Howard Stern when he was just getting plugs for not leaving his house. Unfortunately, it was being steered by Kevin, who's a hateful, miserable, insecure prick. So Bob had to let a lot of shit go. And Bob had to let shit go when he was fucking posting naked pictures of Keanu. And Bob had to be friends with fucking Pat Dixon and not say a word. And fucking, what's so hard about, I had a friend of mine yesterday reach out to me. Why am I not saying her name? Sheba Mason. She's like, I haven't talked to her in months. She goes, I got to thank you. I reached out to you one day, said, can I do your show? My friend's doing a thing last minute. I'm like, come in today. And that's gratitude. That's gratitude. And when fucking Aaron Berg was at her bar, and I hope I'm not talking out of school, when Aaron Berg was at that bar creating a lie about me, saying Gino tried to dox me and blah, 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 fucking, she told me this. And fucking, say what you want about Sheba Mason, she doesn't lie. She told me this, and she goes, he said all this stuff. And I said to her, I'm like, what did you say? And he goes, Gino, she told Aaron Berg, forgive me, told Sheba Mason, oh, Gino's trying to dox me. He's bad-mouthing my wife. He's trying to get me canceled. And Sheba looks at him, and I said, what'd you say? She goes, Gino? That's loyalty, whether you realize it or not. That's not someone who just passively goes, I didn't say anything. I'm not a bad person. I didn't say anything. Fucking war is coming, and you need to be on the right side, okay? And by not taking a side, when we fucking fail to choose, we make our choices, okay? So again, I don't have time for people that are disingenuous. I don't have time for people that are fucking greedy, unlike Deadpool, who's fucking generous, unlike fucking Jason Hughes, unlike this drunk steel toe. I'm amazed he got up for his fucking show on fucking Thursday after we tied one on Wednesday on Keanu Cast with your hosts, Keanu C. Thompson and her wacky, zany sidekick, Mickaleen. It's fantastic. That's a segue. So again, I just don't have time for these people. And Ski Mask is dead. He's doing that. By the way, I don't mean to brag. I'm closing out the first show at Sheba's tonight. Yeah, it's in the bottom feed, baby. Me and Keanu C. Thompson will be at Three Monkeys tonight, spending the $50 that fucking Deadpool just gave us. Baby, Deadpool's buying tonight. Deadpool's buying. Bob's high on perk with my J's on. Good Lord. It is a beautiful pool day. Yeah, and watch this. I'll Ray DeVito it. I wish Bob well. I do. And I'm not kidding. When I heard he was in the hospital, we were all freaking out. And I'm glad that he's well. And I'm glad that it was just hernia surgery. And it's a shame. It's a shame that he's let Shuli ruin the BS show, which I used to love. There you go, Bob. I love you, buddy. But first of all, Anthony Zenhauser stinks, and you're too nice to say it. He's ruined. I'll say this. Onion said it perfectly. He's like, I don't know. I didn't know the BS show needed anything with those three, but I can tell you if it does need something, Anthony Zenhauser ain't it. You can say what you want, Bob. He's an unremarkable slob who's another one that probably fucking doesn't have any fucking future plans made. Unlike me, who's flat broke. Not once did you ever say, I don't know, Gino does pretty well. Not once did you stand up for me, Bob. Yeah, but it's a bit. Fuck off, Bob. Grow up. Grow up, Bob. Grow the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Sit in your pool. I'm glad you're doing well. And you know how you're doing well, Bob? Because never once have I said you were broke. Never once have I said you're a terrible person. Well, that's kind of a stretch. But never once have I shit on you without explaining why, okay? So best of luck with your pool, Bob. Best of fucking luck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Keanu has terrible news. That's just an absolute shame. Wait, Stancil sent a picture message. Let's see what that is. Okay. By the way, Jim Stansel, oh my God. I'd love to fucking take it. I'm just going to read it. Jim Stansel backing up the play of fucking, I love these boys. I'm going to say it again. Fucking Ski Mask Collective, we fight. I fight with him, but they're a young me and Aaron. You can see it in my face. Here's the text exchange between Stansel and Ski Mask. Let's wrap up. Great episode. That's what we used to talk. And then fucking Ski Mask writes to Stansel, yeah, bro, that was fun. Sorry we couldn't get to Nick more. I will upload the audio later. And then he wrote, by the way, if I croak before you, never make me a GoFundMe. And he wrote, ha, 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 same deal. Now, I would love, and watch me pay Bob Levy a compliment because I love Bob and he drives me insane. Bob Levy fucking had to listen to me scream at him for being a good person before he gave into the dark side of Kevin Brennan. Because Bob Levy was trying to make me a GoFundMe, and I said, don't you fucking dare. I said, don't you fucking dare make me a GoFundMe. I said, and I quote, other people need money way more than me, and I did. He's an untalented, meaty-titted fuck. That's his shtick. And I said, Orion's dream. I have terrible news. You just realized you're engaged to Gino. Bob Levy, look at this. I love him. This is my problem. Like, I'm hurt because Bob Levy is such a good person. He's like, I started your GoFundMe. I'm like, don't you fucking dare. There are people that need money way more than me. There are 18 families in Maine that need way more money than me. There are fucking families that can't put food on the table because Joe Biden's a piece of shit that need more money than me. And mark my words, there are going to be GoFundMe started soon because there are terror cells running around every major city, including this one, that are just waiting to fucking destroy this country from within. So again, I've got better things to spend my money on than a guy with a broken jaw who's lucky enough to pay his own bills and does it by hanging out and speaking and making the fucking friends and family he loves laugh. It's that fucking simple. And I'm sorry if my fucking Gratcast has a twinge of anger to it, but it is so frustrating that fucking people. I know, Bob, but I fucking saved my money as well. I have money saved. I have money put away, and I really appreciate it. And I know I need to make peace with you, but you need to fucking apologize for never fucking standing up for me with Kevin Brennan and point out that Kevin Brennan is a piece of shit. He's a cowardly piece of shit, and he never paid you. I know you didn't talk to Pat for 6 months, but you talked to him on air, and I'm going to say it again. What don't you get? That fucking sitting with these pieces of shit normalizes their behavior, okay? And the more fucking people want to, and this isn't even about you, Bob. Sorry you got dragged into it. This isn't even about you, Bob. Sorry you got dragged into it. But it's about my friends that fucking don't realize they're insulting this oversensitive, easily butthurt guinea when they fucking say, yeah, that was out of line. The fuck it was out of line. You're out of order. This whole fucking courtroom is out of order. I'll get to the super chats mid-ramble. Fucking, you're out of order when you fucking sit there and and you're in a box with Pat Dixon and you don't say, you hit 3 women and broke Gino's jaw. You should pay Gino. Fucking whenever fucking someone says, oh, that punch was great, and Pat Dixon goes allegedly, and you don't say, you broke his jaw on Adderall, you coward. I'm sorry that if you don't do that, it's not enough for me. And maybe I'm a demanding friend. I get it. Fucking Garrett and Steve said it perfectly. I am selfish, and I am fucking the most giving person you'll ever meet. To quote Steve Conte, one of the funniest people I've ever met, he said, Gino, he goes, you are generous. You would give me the shirt off your back, and it would have a stain from you wiping the empanada off your face that you stole from me. I'm not even saying it right, and it's funny. This whole chat is out of order. Steel Toe Morning Show is still drunk. Let's get to some super chats again. Thank you, Dead Fool, so much. You made everyone say, Mr. Panhandler, as a KB Stan, I think that's fan. Or he's either a KB fan or he's talking to Stan. I think he's a KB fan. And thank you for the $20, Mr. Panhandler. As a KB fan, I can in good conscience SC you directly. Oh, super chat you directly. Okay, I got it. As a KB fan, we really need to go over these in rehearsal, 6. As a KB fan, I can in good conscience super chat you directly. This is for a drink for Canoe. Talk about outkicking your coverage. Keanu, up to $70 to drink with tonight. I love how I'm sitting there saying me and fucking Steel Toe, excuse me. I'm always going to flip-flop. Sorry, Steel Toe. Sorry, Ski Mask. I love how he's sitting there saying, yeah, me and Ski Mask are fine. $70 to the booze fund. I want to thank fucking Mr. Panhandler and fucking Deadpool. We are drinking tonight, baby. And then you know what we're getting? McDonald's. Maybe I'll hang it on your door. Broccoli says Anthony Zenhauser's mom still pays his child support. Again, Bob, get him off. I have not, Bob, don't take this the wrong way, but I haven't watched the BS show since he's been on because Anthony Zenhauser is another one that sat at my desk, fucking backed Pat Dixon's play, got what he deserved. Pat Dixon up and left him. And then you, because you and fucking Shuley are so nice, you put him on the BS show and he stinks. He fucking stinks. I mean, Bob, it should fucking frustrate you that you're so good at podcasting and you've just like, you start the show, here's an anchor. Here's a fucking anchor. Everyone had their thing. Shuley fucking steered the ship. You fucking punched fucking every fucking punchline and fucking Mike Morse fucking, he did something. I'm kidding. I love Mike Morse. And then you bring in Zenhauser. Why? Well, to get in the way of Shuley and to step on your punchlines and to fucking not talk over Mike Morse not talking. But do you understand? He stinks. And I literally, you can watch the clip when everyone's like, oh, Gino lost his mind on Zenhauser. Ha, 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 ha. I'm sorry that you guys, let me say it the other way. Thank God you guys have never been betrayed by a guy like Anthony Zenhauser, who you took on the road, helped get started, was giving gigs as recently as the year before, taking him to fucking, the Cake Fire Hall gigs, fucking where they give you $500 and a meal. Always fucking overpaying him because I learned from the school of Mr. Panhandler and Deadpool. Always. I'm sorry that you don't understand that when someone literally looks you in the eye after a guy fucking just violated your fucking trust, broke your fucking jaw, fucking has struck 3 other women and I'm sorry that you're like, yeah, but I'm hitching my wagon to him for this week. He stinks, Bob. He stinks. He stinks. Rumblecat, $5. We can tip with this. Kiki. If you broadcast more than you do stand-up, then the studio becomes your stage in which you do occasionally say and scream the N-word. Ah, damn it. And he's got that famous politician. Why can't I think, who's the politician that shot himself? Oh, God. Bud Dwyer? That's Bud Dwyer, right? Hey, I almost said Keanu. Hey, Google, who's the politician that shot himself on TV? It's our Bud Dwyer, right?
I can search the web for that.
Nah, it's our Bud Dwyer. And Rumblecat, I couldn't agree more. Talk about gratitude. And I said this. Thank God for that show. And if there's one thing I learned during the lockdown, and it really is why I don't give a fuck about the clubs anymore, and I've said this, I don't want to get in their way, Rumblecat. Keanu was just having this conversation with me last night. Like, Keanu, I think, should start doing the stand because Keanu's funny. And if you don't believe me, look at the past 3 weeks. Like, Keanu calls in and stuff, but never, and I think she's funny, but I never wanted to be the boyfriend that's like, the fiance that's like, look how funny my girlfriend is. But the past 2 times she came on, one time I just poached her from Steve because it wasn't me. She did more than like she always has. And then Steve said, can you stay and do fucking, God forgive me, the dump? And she did. And then I'm like, well, if you do the dump, you're doing my show. And she was great. And then fucking I'm sitting around Wednesday after we do Whipped Wednesday, drinking with her and Bill, who I fucking adore them both. And I'm sitting there thinking all the way back to when Bill fucking used to put Keanu on morning and just text me, hey, Keanu C. Thompson's on morning today. And I would just suddenly get to the studio early that day. And I'm sitting there and they're just bullshitting. And Keanu is shitting all over me from the night before when I was watching the Phillies. And Bill, of course, is taking her side. And I'm sitting there drinking at the bar going, I'm the coolest man alive. So what I did was I said, you two, you're my show prep. And they came in and it was such a good show. And I was getting texts all week about how funny Keanu was. And one of my favorite texts was Keanu went in the booth and she killed her first time in the booth. There's a lot of pressure being in the booth. If you don't recall, I'm gonna break the fourth wall. Keanu was donkey, was mule number 1 of the other She Can't Do Math 1999. But I agree, Rumblecat. I will get to the super chats. I'll get to the other chats. That's one thing I realized I realized during the lockdown, actually right after I came out and started doing shows again, I was doing so many shows every day that I realized on the same person behind the mic. I've said this countless times, but thank you for bringing it up, Rumblecat. Thank you so much for this, for giving me this platform to make this point, and $5 because now we have $75 to drink with Keanu. This is great. We're getting hammered. They're going to be hungover tomorrow driving to Jersey. I'm the same person behind the mic at the desk, at the folding table, as I am on stage, and I'm just the guy that fucking wants to make people laugh and wants to fucking, wants to laugh as hard as everyone in the room, and I can do it. And I'll give Keanu credit. Like, that's why I think she should start doing the stand, because she is funny and she is likable and she is everything I'm not, and she is fucking hot and young, and she could fucking get a niche there. And she really needs, I told her to reach out to Chanel Omari. I'm going to get Chanel Omari on this week, and you can, and I'll fucking grill her. Don't get me wrong. Chanel thinks you're great. She thinks I'm great. She's stupid to think I'm great. But again, I will once again read this super chat to own up. If you broadcast more than you do stand-up, which I obviously do, then the studio becomes your stage, in which you do occasionally say or scream the N-word. This nigger? Thank you, Rumblecat, you jerk. Ooh, Rumblecat's right. Okay. Oh my God. Both Patricia and Izzy. What did Ray do in the last day or two? Bolt Patricia, we were talking to Boltman this week, and I know you're on vacation. If you guys aren't watching the In Hot Water football show, I would say fuck you, but you're fucking yourselves. You're fucking yourselves. Fucking, it is so funny. Bolt Patricia actually finally showed her face, not this Thursday, but last Thursday, and she told us she was going on vacation. I don't know if you're home yet, Bolt Patricia, but when you get home, there's going to be a bit of a mess in the driveway. Going to be a bit of a mess in the driveway because I'm pretty sure Boltman, your betrothed, jumped off the roof of Bolt Mansion. He's somewhere in between the live, laugh, Bolt sign and the fucking and the statue of himself. So again, what did Ray do in the last day or two to make everyone else turn on him? He was himself. He was fucking himself. And I'm going to tell you, Keanu calls them, and I'm so far behind on the regular chat, but all these super chats are so good. I think it was the win by 2 guy, the one Keanu calls lose by 1,000, who had Ray DeVito on and said, you got to quit the Shuley network. I'll pay you more, whatever. And then Kevin was mean to him. I said this. I gave props, and I'm not looking at the regular chat, so I'll get there. I gave props to Shuley and Bob here. Say what you want, Bob. I want to get drunk with Bob now. I want to just get drunk with Bob and make it all right. Bob, we're getting drunk this month. Bob, me, you, drinking, I love you. I'm over it. Because again, this is the other thing about fucking, having real life friends. Bob has done way too much in my life, for my life, and made me laugh. And Bob, I told the story this week when you just pulled over and I'm all drunk and you're like, when did you save my life? And that, Bob, am I wrong? That is that's what Ray is. That's what Ray is on the podcast. He thinks he's Stuttering John. He thinks, well, these guys, Shuley's really struggling here. Bob is just scraping by with his radio career. But now they came to me, and I will save it. And it's literally, you got to pull the car over and yell at him and say, Gene, when did you save my life? You're right, Bob. I'll start driving. You keep drinking. So that's what he did, Bolt Patricia. Mason in Portland, will Staley finally be shown the door if the Chargers lose to the Bears? Mason, thank you for the $5. No, they're not going to fire him. I mean, they would have to. Watch this. Staley. Mason, and I know you love Justin Herbert. Love you for that. He has to be. And I was saying, am I wrong, Mason? Here's what they have to do. And I've been rooting for them to lose all week. And make sure you watch. Look right here. Look down here, right here, guys. Look at this. Live streaming the Chargers Bears Sunday night game tomorrow night. And that doesn't mean the game's on. If you saw last week, I'll be sitting alongside Max Loads. We'll be watching the game. Hopefully the Seahawks will win their 4:00 game because he'll be you can't lose. He'll be in a good mood if they win the game, and he'll be so pissed if they lose. I hope the Seahawks win, but if they lose, I won't be upset. But Mason, they're so fucking cheap. That's why, and now in hindsight, I'm glad they didn't hire Sean Payton, because he's terrible. But Sean Payton was basically begging for the job. But if they fired Brandon Sale at the end of last year after he lost the second de facto playoff game because the win get in fucking Steelers won in his first season, he lost that too. They would have had to keep paying Brandon Staley and pay all that money to fucking Sean Payton. So they didn't. So if they lose to the Bears, which I hope they do, then you fire Staley and you just fucking make Kellen Moore, who I don't like, but who gives a fuck? You make Kellen Moore the interim fucking head coach or the defensive coordinator, who I swear to God, why would I lie? Don't know his name. But you make one of the coordinators the interim head coach, see what they can do, and you're not paying any extra money. But to answer this yes, no question, probably not. Probably not. Jaquan G. What good are drinks if you don't have a fresh pack of Newport 100s to go with them? Camel Crushes. We are at 95. All right, 94.99. I'm kidding. We're at 95 bucks for the drinking, and we will send pictures. I swear to God. Fucking make sure you're following me and Keanu C. Thompson on Twitter. Or Instagram. We will send pictures of me and her toasting all of you guys at the bar. We'll be toasting you, Jaquan G, who sent money. We'll be toasting you, Mason in Portland. We'll be toasting, where'd it go? We'll be toasting you, Bolt Patricia. Of course, we'll be toasting our boy fucking Mr. Panhandler. And we'll be toasting fucking our boy Deadpool, not only for the whiskey fund, but do you fucking, look at this. Another 50 from Deadpool. Keanu, we're going on a bender tonight. Everyone around here is at the gun shop, and the politicians are already looking to use it as an excuse for more laws, as we saw in Maine. Cold, dead hands, Gene. Cold, dead hands. Yeah. I'm telling you, anyone with, I say this all the time, and it's common sense, and there's so many ways to put it. What they love to do is make laws for the 99% of the law-abiding citizens, fucking based on the actions of the 1% of people that don't. Okay? And that is why I got to get a gun. So just like Deadpool, who again fucking is trying to kill me and Keanu, because now the drinking fund is up to 145 bucks. Actually, 150 even. I forgot Bolt Patricia. We're at 150 for the drinking. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Everyone around here is at the gun shop, and the politicians are already looking to use it as an excuse for more laws. Exactly. There's so many ways to put it. Another way to put it, it's a video going around on Instagram. It's like, you know how to get rid of drunk drivers? Don't let sober drivers drive. That's what gun laws do. And I'm telling you again, the thing that pissed me off the most, it wasn't that I got no sleep that night. There were gunshots, 106 fucking live chats I haven't got to because I'm fucking collecting money for our drinking fund tonight. The one thing that annoyed me more than anything with what happened to Keanu outside Keanu's window the other night, I won't be lazy and say gunshots were fired at Keanu. God forbid, that's terrifying. They would have been if the bitch would have stuck her head out the window like I said. But the thing that pissed me off the most, fucking guy shot 9 times, fucking grazed the guy in the leg, and the guy they grazed in the leg was a retired Army veteran. And do you know why I get so mad? The guy just gets a gun. They don't fucking want to be proud gun owners like Dead Fool, who fucking know when you get a gun, it's a responsibility to protect everything you've worked so hard your whole life for. They just want to be a badass with a gun. They just shoot all willy-nilly. And why wouldn't they? No one's going to fire back. No one else has a gun. We're not allowed to have guns because fucking the criminals need them to fucking run rampant in the fucking streets. Fucking a guy bought a gun for me. It's not a straw purchase. He bought a gun. He said, when you get your license, when you get fucking, legal, he's like, you can buy it off of me. We'll do the bill of sale. But in the meantime, I should be going down to his house and practicing firing that fucking gun. I really fucking should. At cans. Black people. So thank you so much for that. All right, let's get to some regular chats. Oh, C-Mox. I love her. C-Mox, you brought a bottle of Jameson to the studio. This is just more tip money. Here's some money for a third of a drink tonight. $5, that'll get you 2/3 of a shot of JMO, right? 5/8. What is 5/8? 5 times, watch this. 8 is 12.5%. 5 times 12, 60 plus 62.5% of a Jameson shot. Thank you so much, C-Mox. Mr. Faversham, $2. Waiting for my movie to start to enjoy dinner. Liquid lunch. Liquid late lunch, Mr. Faversham. Keanu, we're doing a shot of Chambord tonight. I hate to do this to you. Diesel Cat, $10. Chambord Boys Ride. Thank you so much. I'm so fucking behind on the chat. Let's see what I was missing, okay? I got when we last left off, I was getting drinks with Bob Levy. Steel Toe Morning Show says, Ski Mask, congrats on breaking a record for cock references during a boxing broadcast. You broke the previous record set by the Bo Galata fights. Oh, where does this comedy run and hide 5 mornings a week? What did this guy write? I can't think of anything better than being in the middle of a Keanu Thompson and a Kate Meany sandwich. That is delicious. And again, I am not mad at Kate Meany. I can't wait for Monday's show. She's on Monday, and I'm gonna try and make it a teachable moment, because if anyone saw that and I'm gonna tell you, thank you, Ski Mask. It's been done, asshole. What? I just realized he's got a mustache in this. Again, the boss's joke, hard R. It's the easiest R I ever said in my life. And I do. I love teachable moments. And if you watch that show, Kate Meany, I loved it at the end, because apparently Keanu was saying Kate Meany stood up for herself and started shitting all over Chad and said, I love everyone at Compound Media. But it really does underscore the difference between our podcast, which is live and fun and all this stuff. And I guarantee I'm going to be like, I'm going to ask her, I'm like, are you mad I'm not paying you? And I'm paying Ski Mask, who drives down from Connecticut and brings all of his fucking followers. Excuse me, Stancil. Are you mad? Because I can tell you stories about how I did fucking Pharrell 5 years for free. I can't remember how I got on Pharrell. Bob Levy. Bob Levy got me. Bob Levy bent over backwards to get me on Pharrell, and I fucking didn't let him down. And who's the other one? Oh, and Artie Lang, Artie Quitter Podcast. He should have been paying me, but I was an enabler, and I knew he needed that money for heroin. So again, just trying to catch up on the chat. I fell so far behind. Bob, we would adjust if you'd love all these clams. I'm not sending Bob the link. It's a Gino show. I dated a girl who was funny. She would pretend to be mad when I forgot her birthday. Thank you. I know you're talking about Horizon Stream. All right, I'm going to send Bob a link. I should definitely send Bob a link, because I can send Bob a link now, because you ready for this? I'm not mad at Bob. I was mad. I don't even know where to send it to Bob. I'll send it to his fucking, hold on. Nope, hit the wrong button. Hold on, I'm sending Bob a link. Sorry, I was reading stuff. I'm trying to get drunk. Invite, copy, go to X, Sending Bob Levy a link. Sorry it took so long. I'm a little bit behind. I'm looking at all the links I sent by accident the other day. Please hold. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I can't. Hold on. Just shut up. Everything is difficult for me. There he is. Jesus Christ. Like landing fucking aircraft, Bob. Sending Bob Levy a link, everybody. I sent it to you on Twitter, Bob, because you have 800 emails. I don't know how to find you anywhere. I don't. All right. So where was I? Oh, getting to the chat. Done. So Bob Levy got a link. He can answer all these claims. What did Keanu say? Then let me rip through these. Remember to thank the donkeys. Steel Toe. It's the pain pills. Again, Bob Levy made the mistake of putting clams instead of claims in the chat. It's not about to become a porno. Horizon's dream. Levy did not relapse. Actually, I do worry about that. Keanu says, you make me laugh all the time in bed. Ayo. Sorry if you read that an hour ago while I was fucking, yeah, we all love Kate Meany. And I'm not kidding. I'm going to have Kate Meany come on. I mean, not come on. Bob Levy calling me, and I missed the call because I suck. Oh, hold on. Bob, I just got your thing. I sent it. Okay, you ready for this? Now I'm going to make fun of Bob. I'm sending it to your Outlook email, Bob. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me, Bob? Hold on. I have to send an email to the only comedian older than me alive, because I don't call Kevin Brennan a comedian. I'm sending it to Bob's Outlook. You gotta be fucking kidding. Hold on, Bob. Outlook. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, I have it. Bob Gino. I sent it to your Outlook. All right, I sent it, Bob. Fucking idiot. I love this dummy. Barry McCockiner, I have terrible news. Not about the ring. I think you've been replaced by my friend Gabe Itches. I mean, that guy is fucking on fire. I marathon watched 3 seasons of Archie Bunker, and the only word I heard so far was Sammy Davis Jr. They say it on there. It's a different time. Ditka. Yeah, we did that. All right. I miss Bob on Compound. We all miss Bob on Compound, but Kevin Brennan ruined that. You're a moody old cuss, Gino, without a doubt. Did Bob call me again? Ski Mask Kev. What did he send me? Ski Mask is drunk. He's sending me a picture of his merch. He's sending me a picture of his merch. All right. I'm going to give me 1 minute. Bob is here. I'm going to get you in 1 minute, Bob. I would pay the bill. Oh, I'll bring him in on this. You would pay the bill just to sit at a table while me and this fucking legend drink. Bob, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, no, I just want to hear. Bob, I'll go first. You know me. I get carried away and I get hurt. I meant everything I said, but you know that was bullshit. By the way, how are you? You look good. How was the surgery?
It was good. It's a little painful, but I got it over with. But look, a lot of the time, okay, when you would text me, I would say, "What are you talking?" And you go, "Sorry, I was
tell
drunk."
them when did you save my life story? Remember, we're driving.
He just did it. No, but like you're saying things that I have no facts about. You know what I mean? You were saying
what do you have no facts about, Bob?
About like Pat hitting women. I don't know anything about this.
Yes,
I don't
you do.
know anything. Have I seen it? If not, if there is a fact of it, why haven't you or the people he hit done anything about it?
I've said it. I've said it. Chrissy went on air and said it. Okay. Felicia, the woman he was dating, had to get an order of protection while he was fucking going to trial for breaking my jaw.
Yeah, but this is things I don't know about. Like, why would I be involved in this?
Bob, because I told you. Because I told you that countless times. Because I said it on air when you sat at Compound Media with Kevin Brennan, who we both agree is a sad, angry old piece of shit, and that you let Pat Dixon on the air and let him talk like he was a person worth talking to.
I was a guest on the show. I was not. I didn't have.
Bob, you're a grown man. Don't make excuses for violent people.
It's a fact. I'm not making excuses. That's not a violent person. That's a fucking pussy that hits a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
And if there's
Pat
facts
Dixon's
that
a pussy.
that makes him a cunt if he did that. And that's a fact.
Okay. See,
but I have no proof of it. I can't go around. I don't know. So how am I going to go around fucking saying that? You know what I mean? That the guy does this because I'm not involved in it. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Would you like to see when I tell you he has orders of protection from fucking and by the way, I don't want the order of protection. When he goes on and okay, how about when he says, and Bob, you're wrong here, but I'm not going to waste your time. I'll let the people choose on that. But you have to at some point stand up for something, okay? And if you're literally going to pretend that suddenly you're a lawyer and you think Pat Dixon, who walked into a bar and sucker punched me, who fucking literally fucking is whacked out on Adderall, fucking went on the show you were on and said, I'm here to buy drugs. If you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt after he fucking convinced people when people show you who they are, believe them. I think Maya Angelou said that. And Pat's a violent sociopath with no respect for women. So of course he hit these women. Of course, fucking when I say it, he never fucking denies it.
Did anything happen? Like, did anyone take him to court or whatever you do?
No one took him to court. No, and you know what? Sorry, fucking welcome to Harlan, Bob. Harlan.
I know.
No, Bob, But none of these women took him to court, which is why he fucking thought he could get away with it. And it fucking empowered him to walk into a bar and sucker punch a man that was going to hug him because he's not a piece of shit. And when you have him on the show, and I'm sorry that I'm yelling at you. And by the way, Bob,
what show do I have him on?
Bob, let's do a drunk stream soon.
Okay, but no, what show do I have him on? That's the whole thing.
No, Bob,
You know
and
what
I
mean?
said, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is how I am. When you were on the on fucking Misery Loves Company, and he would go on and fucking what's his name, miserable Kevin Brennan, who thanks for pointing out that his wife is a filthy whore. Kevin Brennan's
Me?
wife, well, a big fucking
I
whore.
pointed out.
What? Well, that's
Shot
more
the
of a
Clark.
yeah. Remember the time you texted me Kevin Brennan's wife is a clam? And no, you said Kevin Brennan's wife has a big claim instead of clam, remember?
Stop! Don't make me fucking laugh now.
I'm sorry.
I got ice on.
That's Bob. Look, I'm over it. I'm over it. I love you. I fucking
No, I'm just saying.
but
that,
that's
like,
why I get
these
butthurt.
facts, like a lot of these things that you're saying is like I don't know what Kevin posts on about Canoe on Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? It's not
But
like
you
I
know
liked
he
it
did.
or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not on.
fucking. He said on air, Bob. Look, I get it. You like, and let me pay you a compliment. I get it, Bob. You just want to fucking tell jokes and fucking.
Well,
I
yeah.
always said this about you. Fucking, I understood why you fucking were doing Misery Loves Company. Well, now I'm getting arrogant and talking for you, but you were making the money you deserved to make. Not even when you were doing Stern, and you were doing it without having to leave your house.
A show that would be really funny, but it never really. Every time it had a moment to be funny, it went back to what he had to do, and what he has to do is make up shit. And I was clear to tell you, what are you getting mad about? He's making it up. And you were like, yeah, I'm sorry, I was drunk.
Yeah, Bob, he's making it up. And then Godfrey is telling everyone at comedy clubs in New York, I scream the N-word on stage.
No,
fucking
I mean,
Ray DeVito doing the same thing. And fucking he's back in their play.
I said that you didn't get that light went off because the lady came over to us. And
I know.
It's too late.
It took 2 years for that to come out. And I'm not bitching at you about that, Bob. I'm just saying.
It came out earlier. But Ray is on there just saying that what he thinks he's seen. And that's what he does. He has in his mind of what he thinks happens. And he makes up story. He said, I tried to get him canceled from TIFFs because I didn't want to do a gig. What the fuck is that about? You understand? These people
love
are
it. No.
fucking insane. I've never met such big cowards.
I told you he was insane first. Fuck you. I said he was insane
No,
first.
but I'm just saying he's got something's off, and it's probably not his fault. It's probably medicine or a fucking head injury. But
No.
you know, but it's crazy.
No, what's off is, and this is the thing I hate about like this is what I hate about guys like him. Okay, like Bob, you're funny. You're like, I'm funny. I'm going to get on stage and make people laugh. Bob, I mean, despite the evidence to the contrary, I'm funny. I like making people laugh. Fucking Ray DeVito isn't funny. He's angry. He's got anger and anxiety issues. He fucking takes meds, and then he's a drunk. Like, he's not supposed to be drinking on meds.
No,
you know,
you're not supposed to at all be drinking on shit like that.
He's a professional victim. He's a professional victim.
They're all victims in this fucking business. They're all victims and cunts. I've never seen a bunch of cunts like this in my fucking life.
It really has become that. That's what drives me insane. And fucking, he's leading the way. And fucking, your boy Brennan is done. He's done doing comedy. Fucking, and I'll tell you who else stinks at comedy. Why did you give a fourth chair? I'm asking the hard-hitting questions. Why did Zenhauser get a fourth and fifth chair? You get it? He's a fat, untalented whale.
Because I'm leaving soon.
So they're
no. I'm no. It's just that he's always around with us, and he does a good job on the show, and we thought it was a good idea.
It's not. He stinks.
Okay, but that's you. You know what I mean? That's your opinion. You know, it's fine. Everybody has an opinion. That's what's so great about this.
Cope likes him. I'll tell you that
that's what
much.
I'm saying. It's like Anthony never did anything to me. He really didn't do anything to you, but be friends with Pat Dixon. You know what I mean?
He came on my show and said, "I don't know why."
Again, I don't. You know what I mean?
No, and I'm not putting that on you, but I'm telling you, he came on my show, and once again, I lost my mind on him. You know how I get, very stable.
No,
very
I
stable.
know, but that's why I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you now because
But before I even brought you on, I got over it. Like, hey, Dave Dallafour's in here, buddy.
yeah. Hey, I know
The man that
guy.
started the famous line, "Shut up, bird." I used to love when you yell,
Yeah.
"Shut up, bird."
No, but
Again.
I'm just saying, like, look, we're in a business that all these people are just talkers. They're all they're cowards to your face. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
would never do. Can Kevin go take a gig? Probably not, because he pissed off so many people. He's going to go
Yeah.
outside. Come on.
He's become
What's
a
he going to
slave
do? Bring his bodyguards? Please.
Oh,
I've seen them in action.
dude. I'm telling you, I said this. Like, I fucking keep saying I'm good. Any gig he shows up at, I'm going to be there. And of course, I probably won't be there, but he'll pay a bodyguard, fucking,
Gino,
not just
the
for
whole
me,
thing
but for
is
anyone.
that, you know, you're not a fighter, and you'd probably beat his fucking ass.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's would be the funniest thing in the world.
And he's such, like, the way, like, I keep showing the clip of when he trashed the studio. I'm like, everyone's like, Gino was terrified of him. If you watch, I was rolling my eyes like grandpa was out of control. You grabbed him like, what are we doing? He's a fucking cranky old cunt.
I grabbed him like I grab a fucking a woman from fucking going in to start a fight with somebody. Then I was really strong how I held him back. I didn't hold him back. I guided him away. That's not holding somebody back. Are you fucking kidding me? Holding him back.
Not sure, says Bob. You're the best on the Shuley Network. Great, you're smoking again. Didn't you quit smoking 15 times for a day and a half?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, man, it's like everything's okay. So why fuck with it? That's when shit goes wrong when you stop.
Bob, I'm 54 and I'm smoking cigars now, and I don't care. We've had a great run. You're gonna fucking be miserable and not smoke?
Well, that's what it is. It's the hardest thing in the world. You know, it really is. I was able to stop a lot of stuff, and this is totally the hardest. But you know, as long as it's not, you know, I know how it is with the they're worried about it healing, right? I healed from the neck surgery in no time. Like, and that wasn't stopping me from smoking. You know, you just stop a little bit to get the blood test. You know what I mean? But I didn't even care this time. I didn't even stop. I smoked on the way in that day. I mean, really. I have a good doctor, so I mean, it was good. It was gone. It was done. They put 4 holes in me. They fucking, you know, it's painful, but fucking, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because I fucking still do shit. I do what the fuck I want. If I want to fucking put down a sod, I'll fucking do it by myself because I don't give a fuck. I love doing shit. I'm not going to stop. Gino Bisconti, I can be your bodyguard and you can be my long lost pal. I can call you Benny and call me Sal. You see, I love that one.
Bob, I'm going to tell you something right now. You're the alpha here. Like, you don't have to read my chats, Bob. You don't.
No,
like,
I like to read them. I'm like Jake. I like to just read them. I come on the shows and read them.
Did you ever watch?
I'm with.
I have been watching.
Oh, Jake's insane. What'd Gina say?
She goes, I've been watching in the car.
That's where I sleep.
No, it's like, you know, we talk about baseball. Then I hit you up about something about baseball, and you're like, don't try to be my friend now. And I'm like, what the fuck? We talk about this all the time.
Bob, help me out here because Keanu's in here. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Keanu's in here. Hi, Bob. Tell Gina I said hi. I have that same shirt. You gave it to me in an artist show 1,000,000 years ago. Aw.
Which shirt? Oh, this one.
Oh,
okay. I thought
the one you're wearing, dummy.
I thought that she said she has the same shirt, which she does, as Gina's wearing right now. It's a red shirt, and I thought that she said I gave her that shirt.
Would you do me a favor, Bob? Because Keanu's giving me shit. Try and explain to her how rarely, because I was so bent out of shape, out of shape about that Phillies game. Explain to her how rarely that fucking happens. Not only do you get to a game 7 to go to the World Series, but you're supposed to win and you choke it away. I mean, was I right to be just fucking all twisted? Weren't you fucking livid at that?
No, but you know, it was their year to win it, and it's not going to happen. And hopefully they can come back next year. But it's hard to do that. It's hard to. to do it 2 years in a row, and they were better this year. We both agree. You say we do talk. You see, you make it sound like we don't. We talk about we talk about things like that. Then when you get mad and I text you, you yell on here that, you know, don't try to be my. We talk.
I get carried away. Like you're used to me.
I know you get carried away, but it's okay. It's okay to get carried away. If you believe what you think, it's okay to be mad. I get that. But the whole thing is that I didn't fucking book Pat Dixon. I didn't do this. I didn't like when he wanted to bring on that guy that hit her or whatever. I was against that, dude.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, I don't want to be part of this.
but that
I
This
don't
guy's-
believe in that. You can't fucking hit a woman.
yeah,
And if you do, you got to hit him what?
you hit them hard. Otherwise, they black out and lose the lesson. You don't hit them
but
hard.
you get what I'm saying? It's like those are cowards. Those are cowards. That's all they are. They're not
But that's-
men
and
that
again,
do that.
That's the disconnect with me and you. And I get what you're saying, and I'm fine. But my problem is like I hate that everything like with these shows, like, is it a work? Like I love the Backyard Boys. They're fucking great, but I've had it with people like, well, is it a work? Is it real? When I go on air, like, look, Bob, me and you fucking love to drink. Like, you're another one like me. If you got so hammered you wrapped your car around a pole, you wouldn't want me to be like, oh my God, poor Bob. You'd be like, yeah, this is how we live. We take responsibility for our actions. And when I go on the air, I'm not Kevin Brennan. I'm not trying to do it for clicks. You know what I mean? I'm literally saying this poor guy's dead and he partied hard and it's a GoFundMe. Well, yeah, for his parents. Well, you got to give a fuck about the people around you. You've got, and again, I'm going to get myself in trouble again with those guys, and I love them. But there's so much other tragedy going on. And then
no, it's not about other tragedy. The whole fact is that when somebody is trying to stop drinking, you can't do it. If you drink all the time, you cannot do it without having a stroke or a heart attack. It's just a fact. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's why they have rehab.
We quit drinking for like you quit drinking for a while, God forbid, and didn't have a heart attack.
No, because I wasn't into it big. You know what I mean? I was never into anything big, really. It was like here and there. But like if I go and do a show, I'll have a couple drinks. I'll have maybe one whole whiskey on the rocks and maybe start another one. And I don't finish it because I don't want to get to where I was.
Yeah.
It's about being in control, but these people can't stop.
Well, I also
understanding that if you're drinking every day, there's a good chance something bad's going to happen. And that's why, too bad I wasn't around to say, you can't do this. This is something you just can't do because there is a good chance you're going to die or you're going to have a stroke.
Well, that's the other thing that drives the other thing that drives me nuts is like what comedy has evolved to now. You know what I mean? Like we started old school, like, we fucking drove around, did gigs, and that's still a thing. But people get so caught up in, I have a YouTube stream, so I'm kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like there are people that think just because they do a YouTube stream, well, I could talk to Bill Burr if he's in the room, because we're both doing he does the Monday morning podcast and I do, shits and giggles with Steve. Like they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. And that's why people get the whole comedy industry gets bastardized into, oh my God, well, that's comedy. They're doing work. No, comedy's making people laugh. And you get and I don't know about you,
but it's always about doing your own thing. I always did my own thing. Like even with Howard, I didn't want no money because I knew I can get plugs. Well, I was hoping I could, and I was able to, and be able to bring people with me and make money. You know what I mean? And that's what was the fun part. The fun part was working with people I knew. And that's why I do, I do Uncle Rico. I do it with them because I like working with them. I've known them for years,
Yeah. So you're, I was going to say, I really wanted to ask you this. I'll get to some super chats.
No,
so are you really going to start your own network? Why is that?
I just want to do something different than what's going on. I'm not going to mention any of this shit when I do the shows. I'll bring back 2 shows, but it's going to be nothing about what's going on in this bullshit. It's basically, and then I have 2 other ideas that I will be bringing on, and that's a fact. And it's going to be totally non-bullshit. I need that space to be able just to have fun. I'm having fun, but this'll be fun too because it's all around. Wow. Oh, Jake wants the link.
No. Is Gina Jake's handler now?
No, look, I help Jake. Me and Jake talk a lot. I help him with, he gets people, get him going. And I was like, you can't let people do that to you, man. Just have fun and you win. truthfully, I mean,
Keanu's making you an offer to go over to Kiki come over to Kiki Enterprises.
no, you see, but like I'm gonna do something that's that's away from all this shit, and I
Right.
just want to have fun. It's like just ideas I want to do on the Levy horse.
I know both of you through Cumia, though, Bob, from O&A, honestly. His lady Di and Marion calls her the best. Oh, well, the other thing is, like, and you get this, like, and look, I'll fucking say, I learned there's a loyalty that people just don't have anymore. You know what I mean? And that drives me nuts. Like as much as fucking, I get pissy at you and stuff, like, people know, like, and I'm sure the same, like, when push comes to shove, we stand up for each other. People don't anymore. They have no fucking code. And I'm telling you, that's Zenhauser. And I'm not trying to shit on him, but that's the example that leads to
I get
mine.
along with him and I like him.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a...
I'm just saying that the way it is now, especially the way people can make a living now, it's worth it to lose friends, people feel. And,
oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
And I never thought that was right, But
I was cracking up like that stream. I'm not going to lie to you. I was watching Kevin when he had on. He's so miserable. When he had Ray and fucking Chad on yelling at each other, and it was hilarious. And they're literally going, "You're not funny." No, you're not. And at one point, you probably didn't see it because you can't be bothered. You're a grown man with a pool. You spend your day sleeping in a pool. I spend my nights sleeping in a car. But literally, fucking Chad goes to Ray, "You have no friends." Ray goes, "No, you don't have any friends." And Chad goes, "I have 1,000,000 friends," which is hilarious. Bob, do you want 1,000,000 friends at your age? No. The fewer friends, the better.
It's unbelievable. It's all about family. It's about life, and that's it. And it's not. Look, I'm gonna go hang out. Let's go watch a game in a bar. No, I watch a fucking game on the TV. And
you're not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna do that, like Jim would say. I mean. It's like I had my moments. I had my times.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine now. That's why I'm happy.
That's why I get along so well with Keanu. I'm sure Gina's the same way. Keanu's like, I love when people cancel plans. What? You don't want to hang out with me? Fine. I'll sit at home alone. Fucking that's another thing. Like, these people they're not comfortable in their own skin. They're like, I need other people around to distract me. I need to fucking make sure you're my friend more than you're their friend. It just makes for a fucking
that's what it is. It's not
dynamic.
About that. You look at the way everything is. Some of it's business, some of it's friends. You know what I mean? It's best when you can mix both, like on the Shuley network, but it's not like that everywhere. It's just not. It never was. It never was. Like even Howard, but I did get along with everybody. Because I'm easy to get along with, I guess.
Now, real fast, let me get.
She went.
Gina said that.
Yeah, I'm easy to get along with. She went.
Let's get to some quick super chats. My boy Joey Dago, Raiders fan. I love the Eagles this week by 7 over the Redskins, the Commanders.
I don't touch that game, and whenever they play them, the Redskins. I mean, that's usually a close game. And my thing is. On the off night, when it's one game at night, or I always take the underdog because it's always a close game, and a lot of times they either cover or win, and it's crazy. If you look back at it, look back the whole season, and I guarantee it's probably
look at Thursday night.
70%.
Yeah,
guess who I had, but I don't bet. But I bet Mike Morse, but.
I took the Buccaneers too, and I called it. Oh, no. I don't mean, like, trust me, I'm less than 50% with Mike. But I said, I said, watch as Baker May.
Hey,
what's that?
Over me? I took Minnesota over.
Sorry, Mr. Bob.
No, Minnesota over San Francisco because that's the way I say it's going to be. With the underdog, on a single night, and nobody would take that game, and they beat them. How the fuck does that happen?
Because fucking it's the NFL. Joey Dago says all Second Amendment laws are infringements. Shout out Terry Nee. Fucking shut up, bird.
He's one of my favorite birds, too. There's plenty of good birds.
I used to talk about that on In Hot Water. I'm like, if you're not watching, and I would say, if you're not watching the Shuley Network, it's just worth it to watch Bob go. Shut up, bird. And I've said this before. Oh, by the way, Bob brings milkshakes to the bar, and he also said Bob brings the bling. I always said one of my favorite shows, and it didn't last long enough. Hold on. I'm going to say this right now, and then I'll get to the compliment. Deadpool, another 20. This guy's a saint. He's got me and Keanu have 200. We have $200 to spend on
Send Jake
food
the
and
link.
booze
Jake's
tonight.
a good man. Jake's
All right. Now, what am I
you know.
getting into? What am I getting into, Bob, when I send this link?
No, Jake always talks. We talked today. He talked very highly of Canoe. He talked very highly of you, and he talked very highly of Kate Meanie, whatever. Meanie girl, the Meanie girl.
Kate Meany. The last link I have from Jake Hudson says "fuck you" in all caps, and then I have one from him.
That's okay. But that's okay. You know what I mean? It's like I said, Jake, you don't have to go that crazy on people, but he's at the point he does it, and that's it.
By the way,
Sometimes
I'm setting aside $20 for Deadpool in case I have to send it back after this. I sent him the link, Deadpool.
No, Jake's I go, Jake, when you laugh, you have the funniest laugh ever in the world. And I said, that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear you upset.
By the way, let me address this real fast. Benjamin, yes, look at the bottom. I'm going, Bob, you'll love this. This is what I do now. Well, I did it once, but Keanu used to bartend at this bar, and you know how nuts I am. Like, how many discussions did we get into screaming at each other about the Phillies the past 2 years? Like, she's like, hey, I'm bartending. Just come watch the Chargers game at the bar. And I'm like, Keanu, I'm never going to watch a Charger game in public, let alone at a place where you work. So you have to be like, that insane elderly man is my boyfriend. So you know what I did last week? I'm like, they're going to lose to the Chiefs. Let's watch me live stream it. You can't show the game, but it was me watching the whole game. So I'm going to go. I'm going to be with the funny Bisconti this weekend tomorrow, Pete. And I'm going to just watch the Chargers-Bears Sunday night game with him. So, yeah, Benjamin, $5. I will live stream the Chargers game tomorrow. They are about – I hope you're right. We talked about this earlier in the chat, Benjamin. Love you and that cute little dog. We're talking about this like Brandon Staley's a terrible head coach. He's a terrible head coach, and he needs to fucking be fired. But the Chargers don't care, and they won't. They don't want to pay anyone else. But if you fire him, hopefully the Bears beat them. And they won't. The Bears' defense is so bad. I think the Chargers are going to blow them out. There's something you never thought you'd see. The Bears' defense is so bad, and their quarterback.
Oh, you know what? You got to play an opening music. Mule said, "I love Jake's song about Gino. It's hilarious." I mean, he was mad at you at the moment, but it's a great song.
Oh, somebody sent me the song, "The Levy Variety Show with Gino McMahon." And Benjamin says, "NFL Sunday. Who are sure things, in my opinion, putting together a parlay?" Oh my God! And then we'll hold on, Jake, and then we'll get to you. Did you
parlays are stupid because if you think a team's going to win, bet more money on that.
Yeah.
Why try to win two bets? It's really stupid.
Did you just say something's really stupid, Bob?
Yeah. Oh wait, you want me to play dumb? Let me read it. NFL Sunday. Who are these things?
Bob, all kidding aside, did you see? Oh, getting back to this chat. Hold on one sec, Jake. He's in here. Did you see that Chad went 3-9 against the spread? Fucking Bedabbler or whoever he is got El Harible. Yeah. El Harible posted. He's like he went 2-8 going into Sunday night. I said load up on the Eagles. I like that game, but then I fucked up because I said put 100 on the Eagles. Because I've said this about gambling. It's as hard to get every game wrong as it is every game right. I'm like, he only got 2 right. I'm like, he's due. So I put 100 on the Eagles and won. And then I had an open parlay on the Eagles that I put on the Niners because he was on them and I fucking lost. So, yeah, there's no sure things in gambling.
But, that's the whole thing about gambling. I think somebody told me that the best gambler in the world is 60% winner. He is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like you look at these games and you go, "Oh, this is a lock." They're not locks, man.
They're not. And I always say
for a reason.
I do the Geno's picks, and I've always said this. I'm like, my best year was my first year, and it was all beginner's luck. I literally was picking 4 games, 1 Monday night, 3 regular, and going into Thanksgiving, I'm not making this up. I was 72% against the spread, and then of course I came down to earth. I finished like 65% against the spread, which is incredible. And it was beginner's luck. I'm always around 50. The second year, Bob, you'll love this. Like every dumb gambler, I'm like, why is everyone else making money on these bets and not me? So I started betting my picks. What did I do against the spread, Bob?
It sucked.
38%. But I said that was my second best year because I was telling everyone to fade me. I'm like, I'm not some guy like I'm a genius. I'm like, if you're betting the opposite of me and making money while I'm telling dick jokes, but All right. By the way, Keanu says, and this is funny, I have to say that insane elderly man is my boyfriend no matter what you're doing. Hold on. Let me do the Chad comeback. Oh, you wasted $5. Chad gets so angry when people fucking say mean things. He's insane. All right. Let's, people, without any further ado, the man that fucking Deadpool loves you, ladies and gentlemen. The top half of Jake Hudson's head, everyone.
Hey, what's up, Gino?
How are you, buddy? Now, last I heard from you, all caps, you said, fuck you.
Because you were talking bad about my friend Bobby P. You were talking bad. And Stevie Lou, by the way, Derek, Stevie, and Bobby Nick deleted their Compound Media accounts.
Okay. Right. Well, then I'm going to tell you this right now, Jake. And let me tell you.
You know this because he's going to have to close shop now.
No, this is great, Jake. Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, Jake, and I'll zoom in. Jake. Let me say this. When they deleted their accounts, it brought your dead fucking friend back to life.
Oh no,
he's back. He was resurrected when your fucking moody little bitch friends canceled their account because their butt hurt. That their friend that fucking drank too much needed to go fucking fund me when real men like me, Bob, and Ski Mask would never ask for a GoFundMe because we take responsibility for our actions. You want to try and hurt my feelings again, Jake?
Oh, by the way, that's the reason why you had to go in and get a restraining order against Pat Dixon?
Who?
Bob, tell him who got the restraining order.
I don't know.
Jake,
I really don't know.
I brought you on as a favor to my friend. I know you're not retarded. Don't act like you are. Do you think I ran? Tell me everything you know about Pat Dixon, which Bob Levy signed off on. Tell me, buddy. Tell me what you know.
Pat Dixon is, you know what happened last day, you faggot.
No, tell me what. Oh. There you go. I just walked fucking, where's Bob? I just walked a guy. Like, do you understand? Like, you bring him on, and he's like, well, you got a restraining order. Is he talking tough?
Deadful.
Yeah, now I got to send Deadful $20 back. Like, he literally came up. Bob, let me ask you something, Bob.
Don't make me laugh. I'm in fucking pain.
I'm sorry, Bob. Bob, do you think I ran? Do you think I ran to the police and said, can you protect me from Pat Dixon? Do you think I wouldn't love to be? What's that?
I hope not.
Do you think I literally I sent the woman, the lawyer, I'm like, can I have this order of protection that I get in the mail removed? I get these orders of protection in the mail. No one fucking asks for. I don't even know where it is. It's like, what?
What's going on?
It's like, why the fuck do I need an order of protection from a junkie who's afraid to set foot in New York? You know, and then fucking, that's another thing. And then fucking, and by the way, you're welcome, Deadpool. I'm keeping the 20 if you don't mind. I'm keeping the 20 if you don't mind, because you're gonna get a new song. You're gonna get. Hey, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who? Hey, now would you don't have to apologize, Jake. You trust liars.
By the way, the sorry about, I wasn't calling Bob the F word. I was calling Gino the F word.
No, that's okay. I kind of got that point. No, Jake, it's good to see you. It's okay. Calm down. Everything's okay.
I'm just like, by the way, you and Marshall Beaudry are not friends anymore, Gino?
What's that?
Ooh.
I heard that you and Marshall Beaudry are no longer friends.
Who told you that?
BYB.
Who told them that?
I think Stevie.
TUD?
Yeah, who told them that? Stevie, oh my God, hold on.
Oh God, I'm holding in my insides with a fucking big ice box here.
Here's the thing. Number one. Here's the thing. You don't understand. Here's the thing. Bob.
What?
By the way, Bobby P was buried yesterday.
All right, let's pour some out to Bobby. I'm sorry. Look, I love the kid. Kid's great, but I'm going to tell you this, Jake.
You did the show before. You did BYB before, Gino.
Jake, I'm muting you for a sec so you'll listen to me, and so I don't yell at you again and act like an asshole. And Deadpool just has to keep sending money the way I'm fucking treating Jake. I'm sorry, Deadpool. I'm telling you something.
Send me some money, Deadpool. Send me some money, dumbass.
Okay, Jake, you're muted. Watch this. Yeah, here. Let me tell you how to make money. Hey, Deadpool. Why don't you send some money, cocksucker, while I'm fucking your wife? There you go. Now we wait for money to come in, Jake. Jake, I'm going to tell you this. If you watched In Hot Water Monday, I did not name names. I didn't. And you're going to find out soon. A terrible tragedy happened to one of my friends. And I say this on the show every day. I stay on brand and I say, it's a gift to be alive. And I'll say it again. The kid who died, look, he lived life. He would not want us to fucking sit here and mourn. And I get that he needs, his parents need money, and that's fine. But I didn't go on air as much as these butthurt guys made it sound and shit on him. Stevie Lou, who fucking is in the MLC Dramaverse, and I like Stevie Lou, he's the one that went on air and said, Gino said this, and he named the kid's name, and he fucking went on, and none of that's true. None of that's true. And then fucking Derek called in and said, what's that?
He has a kid, right, Jake?
He has a kid, yeah.
Well, why don't we do a stream at night and just give the money, whatever.
Actually, BYB.
He hasn't seen that kid in 5 years. What's that?
It's all right.
Bobby, No Filter and BYB is doing a little with American Cupcake is doing a karaoke stream tonight, and all the money is going to Bobby P's family.
Cool.
Shout out Brian Kowalczyk, who says, "Great seeing you boys squash the BS." Yeah, we're always friends. Here's
the thing.
I mean, we were friends for 30 years. I mean,
yeah, you keep. That's your fault, Bob. You've made terrible choices.
Hey, Gino. The last time me, you, and Bob were together was on my show.
That is indeed. So again, you need to realize this. I hate when people try and make it about that. It's terrible what happened to that kid. But the kid would not.
I lost my dad because of alcoholism. My dad was an alcoholic. My real dad.
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
And by the way, his birthday would have been, if he made it this year, on October 30th, Monday, he would have been 76 years old.
Okay, well, Jake, that's terrible. But again, like I've said, I stay on brand. It's not an act, and I have I love the Backyard Boys.
I'm sorry, Gino.
They've been fucking nothing but great to me and Keanu and fucking. What's that?
No, I said, Jake, it's fine. You get emotions. Emotions go wild, and that's what happens.
I'm sorry that I was calling you during the show, Bob. I was trying to get a link.
Oh no, it's fine.
I know Gino doesn't check his. I know Gino pulls the same stuff as Ray. In that,
but we got rid of him. We don't need him. So, Jake, what are we gonna do tonight? No,
I pull the same stuff as Ray. What does that mean?
Do the left.
You only read super chats. You don't read the regular chats.
You don't read the real people.
I've been reading the real chats. I even said, and I quote, did he call me Ray? Deadful.
Yeah.
Deadful. Are you? Deadful's losing it. Don't send it. He's losing his mind laughing. I brought this guy on to shit on me and call me Ray DeVito. Is Deadpool happening? No, I think I'm getting underpaid. Shut up. I hope your sides are killing you, Bob. I hope they're killing you.
I'm fucking holding him in. I'm holding. Look at the ice pack I got. Look at this fucking ice pack I'm using.
By the way, it wasn't El Replay didn't do those picks. Tukey did
4 holes in me.
Tukey did the picks, not El Replay. Get it right.
No, El Replay tweeted it, but he did it with Tukey. You're right.
Tukey did it.
By the way, I'm wearing actually. By the way, Bob said that if I come to New York, I can go and be on Jim and Sam.
No, I didn't say that. You asked me, and I said if I can get in the building, I'll take you up. It's been 13 years, so maybe I can see if I can get on, and if you come in, I'll bring you up with me. But I'll find out.
Yeah, he's going to bring you on and say, if you liked Ray DeVito, have I got someone for you?
But here's the thing. It's also what Gino, what do you think about the Chargers head coach Brandon Stanley?
Are you out of your mind? I talk about it every day on In Hot Water, but I guess you canceled because, I said terrible things about a guy that drank himself to an early grave. But in his defense, he did it to
sharing Stevie Lou's account. Stevie Lou gave me his account.
Oh, that's illegal, Jake.
What? Who gave what?
Stevie Lou gave me his account, and then he canceled it after what happened.
They would share it.
Sorry, Mule. Oh, by the way, look, Jake, I'm showing a non-super chat. Diesel Cat's getting sick of you, getting dizzy watching you walk around his trailer.
By the way, your girlfriend has memberships and you don't.
Yeah. Is that good or bad? By the way, Bob, I don't owe Perry an apology. I never shit on Perry.
You're
I said I
talking
don't
to
like the
me?
way they're treating Perry.
No.
Oh, no, I
Perry's
know
fine.
you didn't say I did. I know you're an expert on it. I'm sorry.
No. Perry is having a time of his life. They are very good to him. Believe me, I'm around a lot, and what his life, like, you know, he's gonna have a house soon one day, and I can't wait. You know,
what's going
because
on with how's Anthony doing?
Anthony is doing quite well. He's hanging out with his brother. I don't think I'm talking out of school saying that.
Yeah.
And he's taking his time coming back. And I've said this, and I know Bob will agree, and I'd love your thoughts on it, Jake. It's like all the people like, oh, what is he doing? Like, I hate how – I know you love him, Bob. I'm kidding. I hate Howard Stern now. It's disgusting what he's become, okay?
No, it's insanity. I don't even if that was the show back then, I would have never been on it. You know, it's just it's like people change in weird ways. I don't know. It's what they think.
All that said, Bob, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to get to this point. All that said is I listen to old Stern clips all the time. I listen to old Stern clips like with you and Artie in its heyday. I do. So
I miss
and I don't even like Stern.
I gotta go pee. I gotta go.
Right.
Okay. If
you don't have to turn the camera off.
Yeah, we get paid extra for that. If you like, I was gonna say, if you love Anthony and you miss him, there's so much content between fucking Compound Media and Old O&A you can listen to, which is another reason I'm one that's always like, and you know, he gets his information, and that's another piece of shit thing that I always said about fucking Pat Dixon, okay, which I'm sure Jake believes. There's no reason for Anthony to rush back, okay? And we all agree.
No, there isn't. No, he's just got to get totally better. He's going to feel so much better now that he never even understood. And that's what I told him. I said, you're not going to realize how fucking much you're going to feel better because you had all this shit slowing you down.
Yeah. I had a point, but Jake is already done peeing and he's waving frantically. It's very distracting.
Thank you. Sorry. Hey, Gino, I just want to say that I've been. By the way, we might see Kate Meany on an episode of Steel Toe.
Why wouldn't I see? Why wouldn't I see Kate? How many unalive bodies does this tart have beneath his single eye, Mr. Panhandler?
Oh, by the way, shout out to Thompson Wednesday nights on her channel, youtube.com/@KeanuC Thompson.
Who?
Keanu at YouTube.
Yes, Keanu C. Thompson of Keanu Cast, Jake.
youtube.com/@KeanuC Thompson.
But again, Bob, this is another thing that always made me laugh about fucking Dixon, and I just think you'll get a kid. Like, he never understood how much.
He hasn't sent me that. She hasn't.
He never understood how much he was insulting fucking the boss when he's like, here's another lie that Jake would believe. Because, you know, I sat in a courtroom during the trial going like, that's the man, protect me. He literally said that Gino said, I won't come back unless you fire Pat Dixon. So in what world does that not make me look like the alpha and everyone else look like a bitch? He literally thinks I walked up to Anthony and went, hey, fag, you're going to fucking fire Pat Dixon. Okay, Gino.
$2.
Yeah, but the whole thing is this. Everybody says what they think they hear, okay? And that's the way it is. And
no, the way it is Daddy doesn't lie.
Like, well, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I don't lie. And I said this the day I came back.
I'm saying that this is what this is all turned into.
What's that? You, Bob. I'm muted. He just keeps unmuting his mouth.
Patricia,
he's fashioned it into a tool.
Deadpool,
he's becoming cognizant.
Super chat.
You're gonna have to put my insides back in, Deadpool.
Super chat. You got two super chats.
What? Max Pringle sent a $2 super chat saying me and Bob would be awesome on the Onion Boy with Melton. Boy, Melton's fat, Bob. He's a fat dude.
No, he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Okay.
He's a funny look. He's the best at what he does. There's no doubt about it.
Me and Keanu say that all the time. Hold on, Jake. He's really good at what he does. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate how he shits on Steel Toe. I think it's bullshit. Like when he shits on Steel Toe, he's talking about like, oh, his memberships and stuff. It's like no one cares. Fucking the guy's and
Well,
I don't
obviously
believe
people
him.
do care. You know what I mean? It's like that's what everyone's gonna find an audience, and that's the whole thing. Who gives a fuck? You
Oh,
know?
I don't care. What's that, Jake? You're back, Jake. And Jake, 3 and 2 and 1. I did it backwards. What's up, buddy?
By the way, Bold, Patricia, $5. Gino, I want Jake, MGA, and Frankie and Bobo on the same episode. On In Hot Water, and we call it the Great TARD. Oh,
why didn't you say Tardoff? We know you can SPELL.
What's that mean?
Hey,
cut
it out, Bob, can't you?
Gino, by the way, we got to get you a bet. We got to get you a Mississippi State University headband instead of damn.
I'd love a Mississippi State Bulldog headband. Dak Prescott, right? He went to Mississippi State. He's a bust. He's not a bust. He's just lived his best life.
You know, and by the way, Keon goes to send me her OnlyFans, sub to her OnlyFans, and she hasn't yet.
I hate to tell you, Jake. I told her not to send that to you. Fucking spend the money. She's not sending you free porn. Who are you, Kevin Brennan? And she does what I tell her. You think Anthony Cumia fucking is at my beck and call, according to your boyfriend. And Jake, I'm going to tell you something else. Pat Dixon's a piece of shit. Unlike him, I've never lied to you. I didn't get a restraining order. It's fucking common procedure when someone's charged with felony assault that fucking the state lets him plead down. Lord knows how much money he spent to fucking anger management. Yeah, the kid doesn't want to hear the truth. Do you think I would ever need a restraining order from anyone, Jake? Except maybe you if I piss you off too much?
No, by the way.
Okay, so you want to apologize for thinking I'm a little bitch that begged for protection from an Adderall junkie who's terrified of me? And if I'm ever in the same room with him, I'm telling you right now, I will open hand slap him to the ground.
I'm sorry.
Is that okay with you, Jake?
Why am I getting a boner?
Please,
I can't see Gina's other hand.
Gino, why is it every time that I go on shows with people, they try to start some arguments with me?
I don't know why I'd start an argument with you, Jake, but I believe you called
me a man, Jake.
I believe you called me a cunt based on the lies of a fucking misogynist.
No. He sang a song. He didn't call you. He sang it.
No, when he came into the chat, I heard the song.
Let's go. On 3.
Jim,
1,
by the way,
2,
you got a
3.
super chat.
Gino is a. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, sing the song, Jake.
Gino's a faggot.
All the way home.
He did say we showed it on In Hot Water, Jake.
That's for you, Mule.
Jim says it's advisable to get a tetanus shot before entering Jake's trailer. I am Hawk
By the way,
says Joe
please
sees
tell
nobody
Jay-
Piazza.
here we go. Please, Jim Sassel, 1999.
Jim Stansel?
No, SATALAA.
Yeah, the other guy.
Please tell Jake to stop rubbing our faces in his well. Oh, damn it.
Jake hit me up the other day, and he goes, Bob, I know you just had your surgery today, but when are the T-shirts coming? You're going to send me? I love him.
The guy has needs, Bob.
By the way, Jim Sad Owl.
Jim Satala. Why does everyone think? Look, I'm going to say this, Jake, Bob. This is like it's like when they free people. You don't have to read the super chats. It's like I'll do that. But do you want to read Jim Satala's super chat? Here we go, Jake. Hold on, let me find it. Here we go, and read. Now I can't see him. Jesus Christ! Read the super chat, Jake. I'm sorry, buddy.
Please tell Jake to stop rubbing our faces in his well. He keeps walking around his mansion showing off his natural ceiling waterfall and rusted skylights. We get you have so much money, you cool all the whole trailer park.
I got to tell you, Jake, Bob, I'm going to say something. Oh, I took him off the stage by accident. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm going to tell you something that won't insult you, Bob. He reads better than you. You realize that, right?
And he got his pull before me.
Yeah. By the way, that pool right
You're
now.
stupid.
Let me show you something. Oh, let me see if someone's out.
There you go. This guy speaks. Gino got a restraining order against sobriety. Oh, you read it, Bob.
Gino got a restraining order against sobriety. Yeah.
By the way,
I can't go into pool for a fucking month now.
Oh, And you got to be going nuts today. I think it's going to be 80 today.
It's a beautiful out.
What better day to sit inside screaming at each other with Jake Hudson, buddy?
Well, that's what it is. I come in the chat thinking, I'm going to get a link, and then all of a sudden the title is I can go fuck myself in the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, Adam, call this Go Fuck Bob Levy.
Hey, J1G, $4.99.
I can't even. Hold on. Stop it, Jake. Jake, hold on. Read Nimrod's B71 first. Here you go, Jake. Hold on.
Nimrod 71, $4.99. Pat Dixon is going to put
Look
a
at this
drink on
picture.
Jake and slap him
It's
around.
this glasses. I keep hitting remove. Sorry about it. Pat Dixon is going to put a dress on Jake and slap him around some. Yeah. And then you, Bob, Jake, don't worry. I know the quickest way to get a restraining order from that evil man.
Hey, by the way, by the way,
Well said, Bob. Oh, wait, that's Jake talking.
No, but like the whole thing about that, like that's a pretty hard charge to say about somebody. That's why I don't. Without facts, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't throw that shit around.
Bob, you're right. I understand, but
You know?
I don't. But the thing is, like, that's the thing about my show that I'm proud of. Like, I don't lie. I don't do a work.
Short
Everything I
Friday
say-
is $2 while Ari Lane. Really
Oh,
went
Jesus
downhill.
Christ, Bob. I'm glad you're in pain, Bob. Let me tell you, I love you, but this is how I'm getting back at Bob. This is my brand. I'm like, I'll just make him laugh. I'll show you to be mean to me. Laugh, bitch. Laugh, Bob. Jake, you missed one. Read one, Jake. Jake, did you get this one? Jake, go.
That's what I just read. I just read that one.
That's hilarious. He's calling you already late. Read this one, Jake. Here we go. 3 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3. Go, Jake.
Short Friday, $2 while Artie Lane really went downhill.
I wish Artie would come back, but it's probably better he does. You know what I
do
mean?
you-
I don't
can't.
by the way, Gino, do you
Anybody
when
can
you get
come
done
back.
with your stream? Do you delete your streams and put
He
them on your
should. I've
Patreon?
seen them.
Do you
All
put
right,
'em on
everyone
your
gets
Patreon?
one, Bob. You happy? Good. You're laughing at yourself now. Fuck you, Levy. Fuck
Deadpool,
you.
$4.99. By the way, Gino, you're welcome.
Where is he? Where is he? I
There
can't.
he is.
$4.99. $4.99. Hashtag HWO. Means you owe
Deadpool,
me, you owe me half that, by the way.
Jake, you're not getting a penny from me. Here's what you're gonna do. Fucking, I was gonna give you $50, but then you called me a bitch who needs a restraining order, and I don't. You want to tell you what, Jake, I'll send you $50 and fucking Keanu's fucking free passcode if you get Pat Dixon on and tell him Gino thinks he's a cunt and he wants to fucking slap him in the face.
Can't do. Aries gonna get mad at me because
Who is?
Aries,
Who's gonna get mad at you?
Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jane.
Really?
No,
Who
she's-
cares? Why is Mary Jane gonna get mad at you, Jake?
no, she's not gonna get
No,
mad
by
at
the
you.
way, Jim Cecilia, $9.99. Hey Jay, do you think Gabe Itches can lick Clint
Take 2, Jake.
Jim Cecilia, $9.99.
Jim Satala.
Jim Satala.
Uh-uh.
Hey Jay, do you think Gabe Itches can lick Clint Torres in a fight? I think you prefer Barry McCockiner to handle that. Barry McCockiner is a real person. He has more subs than you, Gino. He has over like 200,000 people, 200 subs.
By the way, I don't know if you saw it.
By
this
the
week,
way,
but-
that's Jake's. Don't fucking say by the way.
fuck me. But we had fucking Frankie McDonald saying hi to gay bitches this week. Bob, it's funnier than Barry McCockiner. He goes, "Hey, gay bitches." I
had
repeat,
Frankie
gay
on my
bitches.
show the other day. I had Frankie on my show the other day.
Nice.
You what?
Yeah.
You did not.
Yes.
What is there a clip of that? Is it on your page? Jake, are you fucking with me?
The first episode he was on was a show called Jake Filter #1, where Bobby Nick fucked up and didn't enter his alarm right. So I had to do a stream, and Frankie came on and Kate Meany.
So wait, you had Kate Meany on?
On a lot of my shows. She's been on most of the week.
Kate Meany has been on the Jake Hudson show.
Oh yeah.
God, I am so out of
And
the
Bob
fucking
Levy's
loop,
been
people.
Bob Levy's been on my show before too.
Oh,
Yeah.
quit name dropping, Jake.
Yeah. And Gino, you should apologize to Shuli, truthfully, for saying that. You know, I know you were mad, but you did.
What did I say about
did,
Shuli?
You didn't call it. You said the Jew thing, and you did.
Yeah,
And that was out of. I know it
meant
was out of
nothing by it.
anger.
Like, what did I say?
know,
Like,
but-
here's what I think I said. Let me interrupt you because I really want to know what I said. Because I thought when he started saying, "Oh, Aaron called me a Jew," I'm like, it just. And this is me just being me, saying like breaking down the show. Like I love the show. It's like it seems like he just needs material now that fucking.
No. We don't need material. We're not that show.
No. But I said I didn't say he stinks. He needs material. Like it just seems like they need more material because fucking they're done shitting on Brennan. Is that what pissed him off?
Who's shitting on Brett? No, it didn't piss me off. I'm just saying as me, as listening to it. That's all I'm saying. It's just like,
all right, I'll reach out to Shuli. I love him. If he's mad at me.
Especially in these times. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like
when
it's
alliances need to be made and forged, I'll reach out to Shuli. I love him.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, you know, you guys get along,
Hey,
and it's
I
like
love 'em.
people get mad.
Hey,
People get
Gino,
mad.
I like your
me
shirt.
more than anyone.
Gino, I like your shirt.
You
like
want
my
it?
shirt?
I'll send it to you, Jake. Can you send that to Jake for me so I don't have to go to the fucking
Wait, Jake,
post?
Jake, say I like your shirt again. I'll be Bob Levy. Oh, this? Fuck.
Hey, hey, by the way, I really want to get some in hot water stickers for my sticker door.
All right. Well, in between sending you $50, free passes to Keanu's OnlyFans, I'll send you some stickers too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
By the way, when I try and send Frankie, by the way, you never had Jake One G Bob. Good to see you and Gene together. Would you agree to come on In Hot Water sometime if Gino agrees to stop speech to texting you? It's got to be both or neither. I will never stop speech to texting.
No.
Hey,
So funny.
Gino, so you're not the only one that. So here's the thing. The other night when I was doing a show one night, Kate Meany asked me to call her, and she was hot. She was toasted.
What?
Right.
Hot or toasted? Or both?
So are you saying, God forget, are you saying that Kate Meany drunk dialed you?
No. She was high when she was.
Is there a term for that?
No, sorry. But by the way, shout out to In Hot Water.
Yeah, I'm right here. You could just say it to me.
By the way, shout out to In Hot Water with code. I don't know what the code for your free 12 months. Your 12 months.
Free 12 months.
For a compound.
Free 12 month is Jake saying, send me money for 12 months. Compoundmedia.com, use code CM12 month. That's correct. And if you want to get some cheap merch, In Hot Water Shop, use code. Whatever happened to all the Raytard merch? Are you guys still moving that?
No.
I think so. And
Jake says no.
No. But then we made a Bob Tard one. So.
I love the Bob Tard one.
Yeah,
Jim Cecilia says Jake Hudson can keep dreaming about getting In Hot Water stickers. I have been waiting on mine for 6 years.
I sent so many out for fucking free when fucking the pandemic started, and all these comics up here like, oh, I like your grift. Suck my dick, your grift. Mr. Panhandler, $5. Jake, read it.
Oh shit.
Gino Speed talking like a micro machine commercial. Jake babbling incoherently. Which Dante's circle of hell is this?
Get $5.
Read it.
But naked $5. Bob, it's nice to hear you, by the way, without one of
on the wrong. Bobby's on the wrong chat.
Look behind you, Joey C.
All right, Mr. Panhandler, $5. Gino Speed talks like a micro machine commercial. Jake babbles and coherent. Winston is this. All right, get the butt naked ones. By the way, all this money is going to your with Keanu while you watch the fucking Chargers play tomorrow.
This is all going towards our drinking tab tonight. Keanu Thompson asks, are you pimping me out, Pisconti? Very untoward. No, I'm unpimping you out, Keanu. I told him he's not getting that money. I'm telling him if he wants porn, pay $7. What kind of, like, let me tell you what I'd never do. Hey, can I get, like, just do it the old-fashioned way. Send her a dick pic, and she'll send you one back if she likes it. Oh, now I'm pimping her out. Never mind.
Wait, she's going to send you back a dick pic?
She's not Jim Norton's wife. Jim's really married, by the way, right?
Yeah, I hit him up and wished him the best and that. And I said, and we were talking. He goes, "Obviously," I said, "I just had surgery, a hernia surgery." And he goes, "It's probably from carrying that big hog around."
Hey, by the way, shout out to. By the way, if you guys want to, I don't know if anybody that knows me, but you can go to patreon.com/Hudson World Order. Patreon.com.
What's that?
Jake, you were at a dead spot in your house. Do it again.
Yeah.
By the way, I know. If
What's he standing on a body? That's a dead spot.
Leo Gunn, $5.
I can't.
Where are you, Jake?
How do you hide the super chats from him?
You can't.
Hold on, Dr. Chow.
Picture.
Read that. Wait. All right, hold on. Jake, read some super chats. Go with this one first. Hold on, Bob.
Dr. Chow, Mega G, $1.99. Dr. Chow has been on Jake Hudson's show too. Next.
Yes.
Next. All right. Thank you, Dr. Chow.
By the way, Butt Naked, $5. Bob is nice to hear, by the way, without one of Mike Morse's gay-ass songs following it like Larry Rules. Mike Morse's Young Boys, blank, blank, blank.
Thank you, Buck Naked. Next.
Leo Gunn, $5. Well, hell has frozen over. Never thought I would see the Reb on Gino's Shoutcast. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Kiki's Lawyers.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
All
Leo's a good man. I get to see him.
Fuck you, Michaela.
Jake
Fuck you, Michaela.
What?
Sorry about that, Bob. Leo is a good man. I had the pleasure. He's a real dude. He's another guy.
Mhm.
Once I've met you in real life and drank with you, then you become a victim of my angry speech to texting. I've angrily speech to texting him once or twice and had to apologize.
I don't get
What's
that.
Jake?
I never gotten you. The only thing I've gotten you is to say, Jake, please stop calling me. The phone lines are off.
I believe Keanu was saying that one time I was doing a stream and her phone was ringing. He's like, the Keanu cast lines aren't open. BF Live, Bobby Fran. Bob loved doing the dumping in hot water until Gino disrespected him. Disagree. Disagree.
No, I never liked doing it. No.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Nimrod B, do not go through Jake's sticker door. Dave Desjardins. By the way, Smiley says, don't talk about Shuley. I will reach out to Shuley after this. I love that guy.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you.
Well,
do.
if anyone knows me, they're used to this behavior. But
I
what
know,
is
but
Tom and
like
Dan?
sometimes,
By the way,
like,
tell me that it's a
Jake will
podcast
explain
in
it.
Florida. It's a podcast in Florida.
Jake will explain it.
Dan. Nimrod, $1.99. Jake might be a failed clone of Gino.
I can't keep up with it, Bob. I can't.
No, it's what he does. This is his. When I had him on Levy Land, he would do all the. He would just, as soon as they popped up, no matter who was talking, he'd just go in it and then tell us we have 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left.
By the way, we have right now 52 minutes until the top of the hour.
Thank you, Big Ben. Fuck. Got one shitty spot tonight. Sheba Mason still running a comedy room, Bob.
Yeah, she's a nice girl. I
like Sheba Mason. She's a good chick.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Gino's colon.
Thank you.
Did you get? Are you going to get your colonoscopy done?
Me? You fooled me with that once.
Because I'm trying to get Bob to get his. Bob hasn't had his yet.
I'm getting it. I mean, let me heal first, Jake. I got to send the T-shirts first too.
Hey, Keanu, can you make Gino a colonoscopy appointment?
The greatest colonoscopy joke we tell on In Hot Water all the time is the guy goes in for his colonoscopy and he looks at the doctor. He's like, where should I leave my pants? Mine. Yeah, put him on the chair right there next to mine. There you go. No more duck pics.
If you send her a dick picture, she'll send one back. That's what you said.
Exactly. Just send her back at your dick, Keanu. Send her back your dick. Michaela says, Jeannie, don't be a meanie bikini. Yeah, you're the meanie Bajini, Jake. By the way, that's Lady Di giving the Princess Di giving the finger. Lady Di.
What?
Oh my
Wait a
God.
minute! What the hell? You're making me fixing the bus.
Time for pet of the day. Okay, Ferb Slayer in here. All right, we're all caught up. There you go. I just realized I couldn't explain this to a rational person yet, and he does. Jake fucking does read his super chat. Remember when? Well, you too, Jake. But Bob, remember when? What was it? What was the thing you'd always film yourself on? Periscope. Remember, it was like that was like a thing for a while. Like in fucking, we're not doing colonoscopy cast, Keanu. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. By the way, Keanu, you'd have to pay me $1,000 to see my asshole one time, one pick, $1,000 Kiki bucks.
By the way, she sees it every time that your guys is in bed. So
What'd he say?
She sees your asshole every time you're in bed.
That's exactly it. Like, I don't know if you know this, Jake, but I get into bed asshole first. Like, I back into the bed. She comes at me like a cat. What are you doing back there? What are you doing back there?
Do you wear clothes to bed, or do you go naked in bed?
What's that? Yeah, my asshole isn't worth it. Yeah, but it's worth a hey penny. Nothing.
Hey,
all right, look, we're gonna wrap. Jake, we got to wrap this up. Bob has things to do.
I love what you said. By the way, I love what you said today about Grat. I was watching the first part, and it's like you were very. You know, here's the thing. When I was doing shows in 2021, I never asked for a single dime. Ask Aaron Imholt. Ask Aaron. He had a heart. He wrote, the reason why he wrote me a check is because I didn't have Cash App yet, or I didn't have PayPal yet.
Well, the bottom line is, Jake, and people, that's another thing people lose when they live in the MLC verse and stuff. It's like, look, Bob, I was telling that story, Bob, fucking first time you were ever, not first time you, but Bob went on Pharrell, and the first time you mentioned me, it was after like one of those killers of comedy when the show was awful, and fucking Pharrell's like, Gino's not funny, and you're like, are you nuts? You said you just saw him on a shit show, then you fucking booked another, this is how great you are, Bob, you booked another, whatever it was then with the certain people, killers of comedy, I hosted, I crushed, you let me on fucking Pharrell, I did it for fucking 3 or 4 years every Monday night, never asked for a penny. You know, you have to fucking get your name out there. And then I did Artie's show, never asked for a penny because, you know, he needed it for drugs. But again, I know who was doing. So many people nowadays, Jake, and Bob knows this, they don't realize who's doing who the favor. You know what I mean? It literally is.
Can I say something?
Yeah, I won't mute you probably.
I was every Monday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and now Friday night, I used to do for 2017 to 2020, I did a wrestling review show with a friend, and I didn't ask for a paycheck.
Okay, well that's good then.
I was working with someone who was just trying to get off the ground.
A lot, Mason. You know, go on, buddy. I'm sorry.
I also want to just say this: the best thing, you know what? You have to be very grateful is your life, because you know what? We don't think about tomorrow, think about today, because tomorrow ain't given. We're not promised tomorrow. We're promised today. We're living on borrowed time.
Well, then, Jake, if you say all that, then why do you get bent out of shape about what I said Monday when, I'm going to be honest, you didn't even listen Monday? I know you don't subscribe. I know you're not paying fucking $9 a month for Compound Media when you're trying to borrow $7 a month to look at fucking Keanu. So again, to quote Jim Satala, fun fact, you're streaming right now on Periscope. Oh, Twitter bought Periscope and extra launch. I didn't know that. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, but that's, again, if you watch the beginning of the show Monday, Jake, I didn't name names. And they were so angry, and I get that you're angry, but you don't know what I'm going through, okay? And fucking I have a lot of friends that are going through a lot worse that fucking didn't get to choose to end their life. Okay? Leslie James, stop giving away all my secrets, buddy. Go on.
By the way, I want to also tell you that I love Keanu Cast, and I love what you're doing with Gratcast. And by the way, keep doing this, because you know what? Fuck Kevin Brennan and put all those people that tell you that you're not good. You have made. By the way, go to youtube.com/Keanu C. Thompson, and also if you guys want to see a good.
Does he read those too, Bob?
Also go to the call-in live 646-369-6564. Yes, I know I have that. Also, you can also compoundmedia.com. Use code CM 12 month, or go to if you guys want to buy a shop in hot water.
I'm sorry, Deadpool. You're right.
He's the
use
best
code
promoter out there.
Hashtag Gino don't sell merch, and also go to patreon.com/water. By the way, patreon.com/@gun Fridays or Hudson. What? I gotta get a plug-in somehow. That's how I make my money. Or www.youtube.com/@gunfridays or at Jake Hudson with some numbers.
Okay, I think you got them all, Jake. That's pretty impressive stuff.
Also, go check out.
All right, look, we're gonna wrap it up, Bob. Bob, when?
Yeah, I
can-
gotta go.
Oh,
I gotta go pee.
I gotta
I've
go.
been drinking water all morning.
Jake
What?
left. Jake left.
All
right.
That's how he
So,
leaves.
Bob,
he just
I
fucking.
will-
He's just done.
He's like Batgirl. So I'll reach out to Shuli. I love the guy. Meant no
No,
disrespect.
it's like you guys are friends, and I know things get heated, and nobody understands exactly why. You know what I mean? Unless you talk, you don't know why. Truthfully, you know what I mean.
Understood.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is. Nobody likes to talk.
Deadpool told you. Yeah. I'm tired of being wrong.
Stop it.
There's nothing funnier than Deadpool saying that went well.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I got a headache from laughing now.
It's been too long, Bob. Let's hang soon. Everything else going great? The fam's good.
Mm-hmm.
How's your mom?
What?
I'm kidding. Your mom died when we did that benefit.
I know, you
but
say
yeah.
I came all the way for you too.
And I told you,
The next
fucking, you
day,
didn't have
the
to.
next day I came out.
You did. I love you, Bob.
Yeah.
You're the best thing ever. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for the Levy verse or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh yeah, the Levy horse. No, it's
All
Levy
right.
verse. No, but
All
yeah,
right, well, take it
gonna
easy
start
and
November.
fucking don't. I know you're gonna be tempted to go in the pool, but don't, asshole.
No, I'm not. I just want to get better, and I'm gonna wait, and they're gonna heat it, so it's perfect timing. Everything's perfect.
All right, well,
Right.
you know where I am, buddy. Love you. Glad we made up,
Right.
and you're the best thing ever. Thanks for putting up with my
We made
insanity,
up.
bud.
Fuck you.
God damn it! All right.